It's time for high school football, presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network. The best Stark County football is heard right here all season long. Whether you're in a car, at home, or on the go, the action is live on Q92 and streaming on the Q92 Facebook page, X, and our YouTube channel. Now, let's take you live to the stadium and our broadcast team for tonight's kickoff on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Here they go! Touchdown!
Welcome to the high school football pregame show, streaming live right here on the Q92 Sports Network. Hi there, everybody. Alongside my friend and partner, Robert Coleman, my name is Matt Corrali. Robert, we have a fun matchup here in the Pac-7 as these two teams really come in with a chip on their shoulder, especially Fairless, who comes in with a record of 3-3, and they need this game in order to have any shot of winning the Pac-7 conference title.
Oh, definitely, too. And with both of these teams, Manchester in particular, I mean, they were almost undefeated, I believe, last year. So it's definitely going to be for them is sticking to it. For Fairless, it's going to have to be to polish out a lot of the issues, and hopefully they can pull through here, too. Panthers 11-2 a season ago. They were unbeaten in Pac-7, lost in the regional semis to Poland at Louisville last year, 24-13. But this time they're coming back, and they're coming back for more. A 5-1 start through the first six for the Panthers. Just survived an upset bid with a 28-21 win versus Tuslaw. They relied a lot on their senior quarterback in Tyler Pappas. They'll still rely on him, of course, but for their running back in what is sophomore Phil Parton, first-team All-Ohio, and ran for just under 2,000 yards last year, had an injured knee, missed the first 4 games, but he is coming back strong here tonight. This is his second game back from a knee injury after running for 83 yards and a touchdown on 19 carries in his comeback affair. Yeah, he's definitely going to be a key for victory for Fairless, for sure. And we'll have more of those keys to victory as we go along in our pregame show. But first, we'll step aside. When we come back, we will preview all 6 of our high school football games that you can hear right here on the Q92 Sports Network. But first, you're listening to the high school football pregame show, streaming live right here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
Looking for a job that's more than just a paycheck? Brewster Cheese, the largest Swiss cheese manufacturer in the country, is hiring energetic production team members in Brewster, Ohio. Enjoy competitive wages, amazing benefits, a free on-site clinic, fitness center, seasonal lunches, family holiday parties, and so much more. Join a team that values hard work and a great environment. Apply today at 800 Wabash Avenue South, Brewster, Ohio. That's 800 Wabash Avenue South. Brewster Cheese is where your future begins.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
Welcome back to the high school football pregame show, everybody, here inside Fairless High School in Navarre. Well, let's start with our game previews, where we highlight the other 6 games that you can hear on the Q92 Sports Network, as we start with our own Christian Bigglesworth, as he's out in green, as the Bulldogs will get set to host the Glen Oak Golden Eagles. Christian?
We're live out here at Green Memorial Stadium in Uniontown, where tonight a battle of 1 and 5 teams will take place as the Glen Oak Eagles take on the Green Bulldogs. The Glen Oak Eagles come into tonight's game on a 3-game losing streak, dropping their first 3 Federal League matchups to Lake, Hoover, and Canton McKinley, who have a combined record of 17-1. Glen Oak's been led on the ground this season by their running back, Jevion McClendon, who's rushed for almost 500 yards on 78 carries and 3 touchdowns. And quarterback, Evan Chrissy, who's thrown for 477 yards with 4 touchdowns this year, but unfortunately 7 interceptions. Glen Oak gave Hoover all they could handle at home last week, losing 28-21. As for the Green Bulldogs, they're also on a 3-game losing streak and have also lost to Hoover, Jackson, and McKinley. They're, of course, led by their quarterback, Tyson Hunka, who's thrown for over 1,000 yards already this season with 8 touchdowns to only 3 interceptions. He's also rushed for 486 yards, with Evan Reed running for 753 and Anthony McMichael III also rushing for 567 yards so far this season. Both teams want to establish the run tonight if they're going to get the victory. It's a Federal League rivalry matchup tonight as Glen Oak takes on Green. And you can hear it all right here on the Q92 Sports Network, Q92radiosports.com, and the Q92 YouTube page. From Green High School, I'm Christian Bigglesworth for Q92 Sports.
All right, Christian, thank you very much. One of those teams will get to go to 2 and 5 and get a win for the first time in a long time. Well, let's go just north of here in Navarre to Canal Fulton. It's the home of the Northwest Indians, and Mike Dixon will have the call as the Tribe will take on another Pac-7 foe in the Orville Red Riders. Mike, take it away.
It's week 7 here in Northeast Ohio, where the Orville Red Riders come to Canal Fulton to take on the Northwest Indians. I'm Mike Dixon, joined by Ryan Rowland, live from Northwest High School for this Pac-7 matchup. Orville rides into Northwest with a 4-2 record, 2-1 in the Pac-7. Orville is coming off a 33-51 loss to Canton South last week. QB Cameron Kraft, running back Parker Hostetler, and tight end Luke Kins were Orville's top offensive players in that matchup. Kraft had a 77% completion rate for 144 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Hostetler had 14 carries, 113 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Kinsler had 2 receptions for 14 yards. Orville had 350 total yards on offense. The 3-2 Indians come back home after a 13-10 loss to Lake. In a back-and-forth battle, Northwest got on the board first with a 15-yard touchdown run by Joey Medore, but the star running back left the game late in the second quarter, and Ben Shantz added 3 with a field goal in the fourth quarter. Northwest offense had 124 rushing yards on 26 attempts and 172 passing yards for 296 total yards. But the stat that really hurts and slowed down the Northwest offense was 13 penalties for 115 yards against them. The Pac-7 matchup is all set to kick off here at 7 p.m., where 4-2 Orville take on 3-2 Northwest in a Week 7 battle here on Q92 Sports Network, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. Well, let's take another break. When we come back, more game previews. But first, you're listening to the High School Football Pregame Show, streaming live right here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit Sarshone.com.
When the job calls for skill, reliability, and a team that's not afraid to get their hands dirty, call Dirty Hands Excavating. Family owned and operated by Marissa and Brandon Carl, Dirty Hands is a proud IBEW and NECA contractor, bringing you quality work with honest values. So when you want it done right, call the pros who care. Dirty Hands at 330-327-3487. That's 330-327-3487. Dirty Hands, a contractor who doesn't mind getting their hands dirty for a brighter future.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion, Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Welcome back, everybody, to the high school football pregame show, streaming live on the Q92 Sports Network. My name is Matt Corrali, alongside Robert Coleman. Well, we are just about what looks to be just over 20 minutes away from the start between the Panthers and the Falcons, and it's not the only Falcons-Panthers matchup that we have on the network tonight. With more on Fitch against Perry, here's our own Jay Wilhelm.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Week 7 of the 2025 Ohio High School football season on the Q92 Sports Network, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group. I'm Jay Wilhelm, live inside Wakefield Stadium in Perry Township as the Perry Panthers play host to the Austintown Fitch Falcons. This game has the potential to be a big one. Fitch comes in on a 4-game winning streak. After dropping their season opener to Hudson, they now sit at 4-1 and are looking to extend that streak as they start positioning themselves for a playoff run. The Perry Panthers enter tonight having lost 2 of their last 3, but defeated Jackson over at Robert Fife Stadium last week in a tough-fought Federal League matchup by a final of 21-19. The Panthers are now 4-2, 1-2 in conference play. Perry is having a very good season thus far under first-year head coach Spencer Leno. Coach Leno has brought a rejuvenation to this program, and it has showed, as even during losses, the opponents have had to work hard to win. They'll look to continue their winning ways here tonight as they are back in front of their home crowd. You can catch the game on Q92radiosports.com as myself and my broadcast partner, Mike Voorhees, will have the call here tonight. Kickoff is currently scheduled for 7 p.m. Panthers, Falcons, live from Wakefield Stadium in Perry. I'm Jay Wilhelm, Q92 Sports Network.
All right, thank you, Jay. And now for a huge matchup in the Federal League tonight as we head to North Canton, as the Hoover Vikings, who come into the matchup 6-0, will take on the 5-1 Bulldogs of McKinley. On the call, here's Ryan Keller.
Week 7 of the high school football season brings us to Memorial Stadium in North Canton for a battle of Federal League unbeatens. The 5-1, 3-0 McKinley Bulldogs and the 6-0, 2-0 North Canton Hoover Vikings. A matchup that pins the highest scoring offense in the county, the Hoover Vikings, with 222 points on the season against the McKinley defense, allowing only 8.3 points per game during their 4-game winning streak. And twice in those 4 games, holding opponents to under 100 total yards of offense. Some good news for the Vikings this week. Senior quarterback John Collins is expected to return after an ankle injury, allowing Jack Andes to return to his normal role at receiver. Andes had stepped in at the quarterback position the last 2 weeks, rushing for 103 yards, and then last week, 260 yards. He leads Hoover with 17 receptions for 303 yards and 6 touchdowns on the season, and has scored 12 TDs overall. McKinley sophomore running back Kylan West enters this week as the county's leading rusher with 730 yards on the season, and he will face the county's leading tackler for loss in Hoover senior linebacker Carter Lukens with 14. But the Pups can beat you in the air as well with 2 dynamic receivers in DJ Britt and Darius Hill. They have a combined 7 of Trent Hayden's 10 touchdown passes on the season. McKinley has won 3 straight and 15 of the last 16 matchups with Hoover, and the Bulldogs lead the all-time series 25-26. It's the high-powered offense of Hoover against the stout defense of McKinley tonight from Memorial Stadium. Join me, Ryan Keller, and Antonio Hall with the call tonight. Kickoff set for 7 o'clock on Q92radiosports.com. From Memorial Stadium in North Canton, Ryan Keller, Q92 Sports.
All right, thank you very much, Ryan. That'll be a fun one to follow along to all night long. And again, you can hear all of these games right here on the Q92 Sports Network. When we come back, we'll have the previews of the games that you can hear on terrestrial radio on AM 1310 WDPN and 92.5 FM WDJQ. But first, you're listening to the high school football pregame show, streaming live right here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Looking for a job that's more than just a paycheck? Brewster Cheese, the largest Swiss cheese manufacturer in the country, is hiring energetic production team members in Brewster, Ohio. Enjoy competitive wages, amazing benefits, a free on-site clinic, fitness center, seasonal lunches, family holiday parties, and so much more. Join a team that values hard work and a great environment. Apply today at 800 Wabash Avenue South, Brewster, Ohio. That's 800 Wabash Avenue South. Brewster Cheese is where your future begins.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
Welcome back, everybody, to the high school football pregame show on the Q92 Sports Network. Matt Corrali with you alongside Robert Coleman. Well, let's now go into the final 2 game previews that you can hear on the network, starting with the game that you can also hear on AM 1310 WDPN. Here is Sam Berkwin as he is at Mount Union with the call between Alliance and Carrollton.
Tonight here at Caris Stadium at the campus of the University of Mount Union, high school football between the Alliance Aviators and the Carrollton Warriors. Carrollton comes in 3-3 overall, 1-0 in the EBC. Meanwhile, the high-flying Alliance Aviators, 5-1 on the season. They come in with a record of 1-0 in Eastern Buckeye Conference play. Alliance offense has been on fire all season long. In their wins, they've scored 25, 46, 26, 42, and 49. Their only loss of the year came to Louisville back on September the 29th as the Leopards got them at home in a game that was 30-13. The Warriors come in with a pretty good running attack. And by the way, the Carrollton Warriors have knocked off Alliance the last 2 seasons. Speaking of that running game, it's Levi Kiko. He has rushed for 630 yards and 5 touchdowns this year for Carrollton. Meanwhile, we all know about J.R. Jackson. Offense, defense, kicking game, punting game, special teams. He does it all. He is one of the top players in all of Stark County football. Should be a great ball game tonight. The weather is going to be outstanding, and the facility is just as good. Join myself and Caleb Norick for the play-by-play tonight to kick off at 7 o'clock from Caris Stadium here in Alliance as the Aviators take on the visiting Warriors of Carrollton. I'm Sam Berkwin for AM 1310 WDPN and the Q92 Sports Network.
All right, Sam, thank you very much. As now we get into our game of the week in week number 7. It's the game that you can also hear on our FM station, 92.5 WDJQ. Here is Clint Scroggs with the call at Blue Streak Stadium between Lake and Jackson.
3-3 Jackson visits 6-0 Lake in a must-win game for the Polar Bears. Jackson coming off a 21-19 home loss to Perry, in which it lost 3 interceptions, missed a field goal, and gave up 225 yards rushing. Junior quarterback Carter Mulmet replaced the injured Lucas Eckerman and threw for 129 yards. Eckerman will miss this week's game with a concussion suffered against the Panthers. Jackson twice was down by 2 scores and rallied to get within 2 points. The second time came with 5:19 left. Perry held the ball the rest of the way. Senior running back Corey Jacobs had more than 100 yards rushing in each of his 4 starts and has scored 9 touchdowns since moving from receiver for the injured Chase Maurer. D lineman Reese Myers leads the team with 64 tackles. Lake was also uneven in last week's 13-10 win over Division IV Northwest. The Blue Streaks had 13 penalties in the win, which was highlighted offensively by wide receiver Zach Novak's 130 total yards and 2 touchdowns. He caught 2 passes for 80 yards and ran 6 times for 50. Quarterback Alex Quire was 8 of 15 for 137 yards and a score. The winning drive in the fourth quarter started with 10 minutes left, featured a 4th and 2 conversion at midfield, benefited from a 4th down interference call, and ended with Novak's 25-yard run. A later TD was erased by penalty. Davis Matson, the leading rusher for the Blue Streaks, he had 81 yards on 23 carries last week. Jackson's 24-14 win last season gave the Polar Bears a 19-18 lead in the all-time series. Huge playoff implications tonight as Lake hosts Jackson. I'm Clint Scroggs for the Q92 Sports Network.
All right, Clint, thank you very much. And again, as a reminder, you can listen to all 6 of those games that we previewed here on the pregame show on the Q92 Sports Network. When we come back, Robert spoke with both coaches before the game, and you'll hear his interviews with both Kevin Stacy of Manchester and AJ Sarbaugh of Fairless in our Coach's Corner. But first, you're listening to the high school football pregame show, streaming live right here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
High school football exemplifies the true meaning of teamwork. At Friends and Family Credit Union, our team of local friendly professionals offer the same true spirit for our members with a wide array of products from vehicle loans to personal loans, family secure checking with ID Protect, mortgage, home equity line of credit, and more. For over 60 years, we have the game plan for your financial well-being. Visit any of our 3 convenient locations, online or mobile banking. Now, more than ever, it's time to bring a friend into the family.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
Welcome back, everybody, to the high school football pregame show on the Q92 Sports Network. Robert spoke with both coaches before this matchup. We'll start with his conversation with Manchester head coach Kevin Stacy.
This is Q92 Sports with Akron Manchester head coach Kevin Stacy. Coach, great game last week. What did you learn about your team, and what did you work on in practice?
Well, we worked on a lot of the little things. We learned that we were pretty resilient. We learned where we had some holes to clean up, and we definitely had a lesson on not taking anything for granted. You got to finish plays, and at the end of the day, if you let a good team hang around, they're going to make it interesting.
Coach, you have 3 players on your defense that have led this area in tackles for a loss. Will this be a key in playing a role in stopping Fairless?
Yeah, we always lean on our defense. Coach Jokum and the defensive staff does an excellent job every week. And, Fairless is a tough prep because they do a lot of things on offense, and they do a lot of formations, motions, and so we have to be very aware of what's going on.
Also, Coach, Jake Livingston is a tremendous athlete. What makes him so dynamic?
He loves the game. He's very physical, and he cares. He's always out doing extra things. He was put in a lot of work in the off season, and he just enjoys the game. He's a very cerebral player, and he's played a lot of football. He's been playing a lot of meaningful snaps on both sides since he was a sophomore. So he's a very experienced veteran for us.
Coach, thank you for your time. Good luck tonight, and hopefully we can talk to you again sometime soon.
All right, and now here is his interview with Fairless head coach AJ Sarbaugh.
This is Q92 Sports with Fairless's head coach AJ Sarbaugh. First game back after playing the last 5 games on the road. How you doing?
It's great to be back home, that's for sure. 5 games on the road was a lot.
Tonight is a must-win spot to have a chance to clinch the Pac-7. What are your keys for victory?
We've got to stop the run, and we've got to be balanced on offense, and we can't turn the ball over.
Cam Carl is a tremendous athlete. What makes him so dynamic?
He does a lot of things for us. He can run and catch, and we move him around on offense. Very coachable player. So lucky to have Cam and everything he does.
Coach, I heard you're a history teacher. What's your favorite era of football?
Ooh. That's a good one. I don't know. I've never been asked that question. I think I'm a Packers fan, so maybe the 60s with Vince Lombardi in the NFL and Joe Namath when the Super Bowl really took off. It's the first one that comes to my mind right now.
Okay, Coach, thank you for your time. Good luck tonight, and hopefully we can talk to you again sometime soon.
What I love about that, Robert, is he was not born. He wasn't even close. He's like in his mid-30s, mid to late 30s. Wasn't even alive in the 60s. But, oh, hey, you know what? Old soul,
hey,
definitely.
One of my favorite eras of football is World War II.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Robert, you do have some keys to the game for us here tonight. So let's break up down what does each team need to do in order to come out on top.
For me, for Fairless, it's definitely going to have to be the running game and the offense. They have a very comparable stats to Carrollton, if you look at it. So they're going to have to lean heavily on that. They're going to have to lean heavily on the offense. They're going to have to make sure that they look for the gaps and go for it.
Yeah, definitely. This is a team that, on the Fairless side of things, I should say, coming off a loss at Triway 41-14, 0-2 in conference play to start. And this is the big thing, Robert, that we were talking about. In 2 conference games, this Falcons team has allowed 89 points. In their first 4 non-con games, just 27. That just can't happen against, especially a team like Manchester where they're so dynamic on offense. It can beat you in a lot of ways.
And they also have a great defense, too, Manchester. And that's going to get into my keys for a victory for Manchester, is to find a way to stay in the game, fill in the holes, and lean on your defense heavily. Also, that Manchester's head coach is also the basketball coach. I think he still is, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, who have him conditioned right for sure.
So have him conditioned right, go for some fadeaways, go for some trickeries here, and see what you got.
This Falcons team, going back to the Fairless side of things, they need to protect the football tonight. Everybody preaches that, it seems like, but this is definitely something that they have to do in order to come out on top. They turned the ball over 8 times in the last 2 games. Definitely want to get that cleaned up here tonight.
Definitely.
And for Manchester, looking on their side of things, they have a really good receiver in sophomore Noah Lance. 4 catches for 180 yards and a touchdown. That's the 3rd all-time highest in single-game receiving yards in program history, and especially when you have a quarterback, Robert, in Tyler Pappas, who set a school single-game passing record for touchdowns in week 1 with 7. This is going to be a dangerous offense that Fairless needs to step up and rise to the occasion on the defensive side of the ball in order for them to win.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Fairless definitely needs to make sure they're filling the gaps. I mean, to make sure that their defense is watching, definitely make sure they're there.
And you mentioned Cam Carl. He's their leading receiver, 37 catches for 524 yards, 3rd most in the area, and 5 touchdowns. He has a kickoff return touchdown, 24 total tackles, 20 of them solo, 2 tackles for loss, a pass deflection, finished 2nd in Stark County in catches last year. This kid can really do it all.
Yeah, definitely. He's going to be going places, and that's definitely why I decided to highlight him. The second I Googled Fairless, he was the first person who came up with Cam Carl. Was for players. So he's definitely going places. I liked a lot of his stats. I like a lot of the way he's built. He's built small, but he definitely knows how to play the game.
Junior quarterback Mikey Ritterbeck will lead this Falcons offense in front of their home crowd for the first time since week 1, which is really hard to believe, but he has really accepted that challenge. He's thrown for over 1,200 yards on 65% passing, 13 touchdowns, 10 interceptions on the ground, 51 carries for 188 yards, and 3 scores.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be a key for them. I definitely like a lot what their quarterback's doing. I definitely like Fairless started out throwing the ball during practice slow, but then they ended up speeding it up, and I liked a lot of the way they looked towards the end of practice.
Let's step aside as the Fairless Falcons are set to take the field for the first time since week 1 in front of their home faithful. Along with Fairless, Manchester has come out on the field as well. It's interesting, Robert, we were talking with one of the locals here before the game. Manchester came out in between the hashes and down on the right to their home sideline that's sitting right in front of us. Manchester was pretty much on the right sideline, just about 7 or 8 yards of separation between them, and that's because the locker room here at Fairless is in one building to the left, behind the left corner of the end zone, about a 20 yards away or so, but they're on both sides of that facility. So they come out and come in around the same time. It's just the path is just a little different.
Yeah, this high school is about 2 years old, I believe, for Fairless. And it's interesting, too, that the Fairless football team still follows the old path from the old high school down into the current football field. Amazing, and definitely follows tradition. And that's what high school football is all about.
And we're hoping for a great one here tonight in Brewster, as we will step aside 10 seconds before kickoff between Manchester and Fairless.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
All right, Fairless will don their typical home uniforms. It's a white helmet with 2 Fs with some streaks on the side with a blue stripe down the middle. It is a navy blue jersey, navy blue pant, I should say, with 2 gray lines going down each side of the pant and a white streak as well. That's the same design on their shoulder pads as well. And for Manchester, their typical all-white road uniforms with red and black stripes going down the side of the pants. Helmets are black and red with a red paw on each side. Fairless won the toss. They elect to defer. On to boot it away for the Falcons is number 32, Jameis Robinson. And back deep for Fairless, number 24 by himself, standing at the 9-yard line is Jason Carmichael. Falcons will kick it off to the Panthers, left to right. We're glad you're with us here on the Q92 Sports Network. It's time for football here in Navarre, Ohio, as the kick goes through the hands of Carmichael, and it will go to the end zone for a touchback, and that is where the senior quarterback, Tyler Pappas, leads his crew out. The ball will be spotted at the 20-yard line. Pappas last week, 18 for 28, 276 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception in their 28-21 win at home versus Tuslaw.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a great quarterback battle between Manchester and Fairless's quarterbacks.
Yeah, we should be in for a great one. Hopefully this could go down to the wire. As for Manchester, they are coming off a stretch where they have had 4 home games back-to-back, or consecutively, I should say. But now they have their first road test for the first time since week 2, as on 1st and 10. And their center is a handoff. This is number 5 for Manchester. Down the left sideline, that's Phil Parton. You can see off the first snap how dynamic he is. There wasn't really much on the inside. He bounced it to the left. It is a run of 25 and a first down for the Panthers.
Very small guy, but he definitely has the speed for him, both a running back and a SS at safety. I forget what's SS team for safety.
Strong safety?
Strong safety. There we go.
Under center is the quarterback. Pappas is on 1st and 10. They hand it off. This is Parton again. Right in between the hatches. 45-40. First down, Manchester. They're going to say he's down at the 39-yard line. Gain of 16 on that one, as he has 51 yards already on the first 2 touches of the night. It's a first down for Manchester. 11:27 and counting left to go here in the opening quarter. Manchester claps out of their huddle. 2 receivers out wide to the right. Pappas under center. A fullback package is in with Parton in the back. On 1st and 10, they give it to him, but this time he's stuffed. At the line of scrimmage, leading the charge there for Fairless, number 66 and Joey Benson, along with number 22 and Aiden Curtis. Just a gain of a yard on the play. Heck, no gain on the play. That'll be 2nd down and 10. This is a Manchester team that we told you that on the last 3 plays, they can run the football. Expect that a lot tonight. This is a run-heavy team. Under center is the quarterback, Pappas. This is a play action now as he rolls out right. We'll throw it to the right sideline, incomplete. So after 2 first downs, Robert, all of a sudden Manchester quickly in the blink of an eye had a run that went for no gain, and now a pass that had to be thrown out of bounds, and all of a sudden it's 3rd and 10 with 10.5 left to go in the first.
Yeah, he was going for a little bit of a fadeaway there, trying to trick him up some. It almost looked like he was passing off, but he ran for it. You really got to keep your eye on the ball there, or you can actually miss it and tackle the wrong person.
We can expect Pappas to throw it here. 6'3", 190 pounds. Very athletic player that is leading this Panther offense. Twins left, 1 man out to the right of the receivers. Pappas in the shotgun, Parton to his left hip. Takes a snap. Here's a run with Parton, and the Fairless defense gets home again. How about number 56, Caleb Rodabush's first tackle of the night? Brings Parton backwards. It goes for no gain due to forward progress, so now it's 4th and 10, and we'll see what head coach Kevin Stacy wants his offense to do on the first drive of the night.
Yeah, Fairless was definitely picking up the defense there, especially doing a good job for a loss of yards there on Manchester.
9:56 and counting left to go in the first. Scoreless on Manchester's opening drive. They will go for it on 4th and 10 from the Fairless 39. 1 left, 2 to the right of the receivers. Pappas in the shotgun, play action. Going deep down the left side, 1-on-1 ball. It's incomplete. Intended for Malachi Cintron, but it's deflected and broken up by number 8, Zachary Gilkerson, who was just on the homecoming court before the game. Honored before kickoff in this one, and we start with a Manchester turnover on downs as Fairless quickly comes out of the huddle. 1st and 10 on their own 39. 2 receivers left, 1 right. The quarterback is Mikey Ritterbeck as he will hand it off. And the ball comes out at the 39. Fairless says they have it, and they do. That was
definitely a recovery on that one.
The running back for the Falcons in...
I should say a stay for that one for Fairless, not recover.
Jack Kirby. So his first touch puts the ball on the ground, and when all said and done, it goes for a gain of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 9. We mentioned it earlier. This is a team that's turned the ball over 8 times in 2 conference games over the last 2 weeks. Definitely can't afford to have those against a team like the Panthers who come in at 5-1. 2 receivers left. They send a man in motion left to right. It's Cameron Carl. Now he's out wide right. Ritterbeck in the pistol. Takes a low snap. Throws it over the middle. It's complete. This is Peter Snavely, the tight end. Past midfield to the Manchester 48-yard line. It's a first down for the Falcons on a gain of 13. They go no huddle here as 1 receiver goes out wide and left. Ritterbeck in the pistol. Manchester shows a blitz with their linebacker. They try to do a hard count. Number 21 for the Panthers. And Jake Livingston nearly jumped, but he managed to hold himself. Here's a run with Gilkerson, I believe, on the right up the middle. In between the hashes goes Gilkerson as he's down at the 42-yard line.
I believe that was number 8, actually.
That's Zach Gilkerson. He's a wide receiver defensive back.
No, yeah, it's Manchester too, number 8.
Wrong
had the
roster,
ball.
huh?
Yeah.
Happens. Happens to the best of us. 2 receivers go out wide left. In the pistol are the Falcons again. Expect a lot of this formation tonight as they try a run with number 28. I beg your pardon, there is no 28 on our roster that's given to us. They go backwards here. And that'll bring up a 2nd and long on the tackle for Manchester. Coming in like a bull in a china shop was Blaze Johnson. He's been getting some interest from a couple of mid-major D1, FCS D2 schools, and he showed you why on that one there, Robert, for Johnson. 6'1", 265-pound junior lineman.
I wonder what schools he's getting interest from.
3rd and 9. 2 receivers out wide left. Here's the snap. Dropping back is Ritterbeck. Plenty of time. Here's a screen to number 28. Down the left sideline, out of bounds at the 38-yard line. It'll be close, and it's going to be enough for a first down, I believe. Oh, they're going to spot him at the 40. He's 2 yards shy. One of the officials came out to the 38. I thought he got the first, but it's going to be a 4th and 2, and here comes the punting unit early for Fairless.
Definitely a USFL-style play here. They beat punting it from the opposite 40-end yard line, going for records.
Well, let's see if they try and do a fake here. It is a 4th and 2. They are on plus side of the field.
They are spread out, too.
2 returners are back. They do punt. It's towards the left side. It'll take a couple of bounces and go into the end zone for a touchback. That punt coming off of the foot of Peter Snavely. We will step aside. 6:56 left to go in the first. It's Manchester nothing, Fairless nothing. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by our friends at the Sarshone Auto Group.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
Welcome you back, everybody, to the game already in progress. On first down, they hand it off to Phil Parton as he falls forward in between the hashes to the 26-yard line. It'll be a run of 6 from the 26 now. It'll be a 2nd and 4 for Manchester. If you're just joining us, welcome in. Matt Corrali, Robert Coleman with you here at Fairless High School as the offensive units for both sides each have had a drive. Manchester had a turnover on downs. Fairless had to punt, so the Panthers having their second drive of the ball game, facing a 2nd and 6. In the shotgun is Pappas. Play action. Here's a screen with Lorenzo Donatelli. His first catch of the night goes out of bounds near the 30. Waiting for an official spot now as he got leveraged out on the Manchester side. That'll be spotted at the 30. It'll be a pass play that goes for 4 when all's said and done. They use the screen game to pick up a first down.
It'll be interesting to see what they do on this next play here. They might try to go for a run on this.
It is a 1st and 10. Ball spotted on the Manchester 30. They do come out trips left here. Pappas in the shotgun. The running back is Parton at his right hip. They'll throw. 3-step drop, plenty of time. Over the middle, sliding catch made at the 44-yard line of Manchester by number 21, Jake Livingston. His first reception on the night. It's a first down for the Panthers. Ball spotted at the 43. It's a pass play that goes for 13 yards as once again here, Robert, Tyler Pappas continuing to sustain a good drive, leading this Panther offense on some solid plays running and passing.
Definitely here, too, and that was a textbook throw to give for the first down.
2 receivers right, Pappas in the pistol. They'll hand it off to Parton on the left side. He gets stuffed in the backfield. Loss of 1 on the play. On the tackle there for the Falcons was number 2, Hunter Dean, the linebacker. Loss of 1. It'll be a 2nd down and 11. And as a reminder, we thank our sponsor, Regional EMS, as they sponsored tonight's opening kickoff. 5:09 and counting left to go in the first. Scoreless between Manchester and Fairless on a picture perfect, I should say, night for football. Pappas under center. Takes the snap, gives it to Parton. On the right side, breaks an initial tackle, 45-50. Parton taking Fairless defenders with him all the way to the 46-yard line of Fairless. It'll be a gain of 12 and a first down for the Panthers. 73 degrees and clear here in Navarre. By game's end, it should be around 64, 63 degrees. No change in weather. And there's no change in Phil Parton's game, especially coming off that knee injury he sustained to begin the year and missing the first 4 games.
He's definitely recovering, just judging by then. He's the prime target.
He has a brace on his left knee, but it seems to not slow him down at all. He breaks away from 2 tackles, but is stuffed at around the 41-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
He's the prime target when it comes to running the ball.
And especially when you made All-Ohio first team a season ago as a sophomore. Bright future for Parton. 5'9", $178.
He's still got 1 more year, too, so we'll be happy to see what he does in the future.
And from up here, that's just all muscle. 3:40 and counting left to go in the first in a scoreless game. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Pappas in the shotgun, takes the snap, throws right on a 1-read play. It is caught at around the 37-yard line. Fairless is right there to stop him, though. Leading the attack on that one was Aiden Curtis, the DB. It'll go for a pass play of 5. It'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Ball spotted at the Fairless 37-yard line. They go no huddle. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Pappas in the shotgun. He has a back to his right hip. That is the senior number 34, Aiden Mead, kind of more their third down back, or their passing back, I should say. He was the backup to Parton, but once Parton got hurt, all he did was, just leave the area in rushing. We'll have more on Aiden Mead as the night goes on. Here's Pappas in the shotgun, takes a snap. Here's a give to Mead, right up the gut, first down and more, 30. In between the hashes to the 24-yard line. First down, Manchester on a big-time run from Aiden Mead. On the stop was John Hill, the defensive back for Fairless. But for Manchester, it's a first down, and this high-speed offense continues to operate. 2 receivers left, 1 right. In the shotgun, Pappas takes the snap. A read option, or play action, I should say, and it's caught. 15, making a man miss 10. This is number 15, Noah Lance to the 5. Touchdown, Manchester.
Fairless's defense really was not there to see, and he really went for the pocket. He went to the left of them, I believe. That's what it would be to the left, and found it just sliding right there. Managed to get the right footwork in, too, so he didn't have a traveling violation.
24 yards, 6 points for the Panthers. It's a 6-0 Manchester lead to start. On to try the extra point is Hayden Higgins. He's ready. The snap, good. Hold down. Kick on the way. It's up, and it is good. 2:21 left to go in the opening quarter. Manchester 7, Fairless nothing. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by our friends at the Sarshone Auto Group.
Peace of mind. It's one of the most important benefits that we can offer at Friends and Family Credit Union. Welcome to Family Secure Checking. It offers unrivaled security to protect your everyday finances and purchases, as well as comprehensive identity theft protection and reimbursement coverage, credit file monitoring, benefits for travel, shopping rewards, and cell phone protection that includes repair or replacement for up to 4 phones on your cell phone plan. It's time to bring a friend into the family.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
2:21 left to go in the first. It's Manchester 7, Fairless nothing. A well-balanced drive there for the Panthers. 7 plays. They go about 73 yards. And it was all capped off with a 24-yard touchdown pass from Tyler Pappas to Noah Lance. Putting the ball on the tee to kick it away, going right to left for Manchester, is Hayden Higgins. 2 return men are deep for Fairless. Number 1, Cam Carl, is one of them. And what looks to be number 7, John Hill on the right. Here's the kick. It goes in between the hashes, right down the middle. It'll be taken by Carl at the 5. In the middle of the field, 10, 15, 20. Now going to his right, 25, 30. Nice stutter move down the sideline, 40. And he's out of bounds there. A nice return there of 35 yards for Cam Carl. And Fairless is set up in pretty good field position to start their second drive of the night.
I saw a lot of Higgins in practice for Fairless, for Manchester for kicking.
How'd he do?
Pretty good, in my opinion.
He could be a leg that could be depended on if they were to call his number, as they have one receiver out wide left, 2 to the right. Ritterbeck shotgun. Here's an end around with Cam Carl going to the left 40, and Carl was stopped right there for a loss of 1. On the tackle there for Manchester was number 6, Dominic Allen, who is one of these leaders that has stepped up defensively after many Panthers of last year's team that won 11 games, lost in the regional semi, were lost due to graduation, and they've done a fine job here so far.
Yeah, that's a big problem when it comes to school sports. You definitely have to find people to fill the gaps once graduation happens, and they've done that.
Just a constant cycle of who can step up for us. 2nd and 10. Rolling out right as Ritterbeck. Catch is made by Carl along the 43-yard line. He's pushed out of bounds from behind by Manchester's Jake Livingston, number 21. So that'll bring up a 3rd down here for the Falcons. It's a 3rd and 7. The ball was spotted on the 43-yard line. $1:29 left to go here in the first. And quickly, what you definitely don't want to do here, Robert, and I'm stating the obvious, of course, but you can't go 3 and out to begin a drive where you had really good field position to start.
Yeah, you're going to have to make sure they watch for that. They're probably going to end up going this third of ball because it's 3rd down.
Let's see what they do here. They're in the pistol, 3rd and 7. Ritterbeck takes the shotgun snap with a man in his face, lets it go deep down the right sideline. It's out of bounds, incomplete. He wanted Carl on the pressure there on the blitz for Manchester was Gavin Gindelsberger, number 10, a 6'1", 215-pound outside linebacker. And here comes the punting unit for the second straight drive for A.J. Sarbaugh's offense.
Yeah, they're going to have to watch out on this. They can't have these kind of things where they're not getting first downs on this and they're going to 4th down. They're going to have to punt the ball back. They're going to definitely have to watch for Fairless.
Peter Snavely on to boot it away. It's a 3-man return team for Manchester as this one is going in the middle of the field. Takes some bounces, and it'll go over the head of Manchester's number 24, Jason Carmichael, and will be downed at the 1. Great job by the special teams unit for the Falcons to be able to keep that thing in bounds. And as a matter of fact, that's at the half-yard line. I don't think you can get any closer to crossing the goal line than what the Falcons just operated on special teams. There were about 3 of them there, and it took a whole team effort. And that's the beauty about football. It's definitely not a one-person sport. You got to rely on all 11 to come up and do their jobs.
Yeah, it's a team sport. Definitely got all 40 men on the field, and you got to work as a team.
Minute 14 left to go in the first. It'll take a team effort for Manchester to get some type of momentum here on a drive where they're starting their own half-yard line. As Tyler Pappas, the quarterback, goes under center. The back is Phil Parton. They do have a fullback in there. It's a run with Parton. Straight up the gut. He gets through 5. Nice blocking. Now he takes to the right side. 15, 20. Down the sideline, 30. 35, 40. Phil Parton wrestled down at the Manchester 48. It's a 48-yard run for Phil Parton, and it took pretty much that entire offensive line to create a hole for Parton, and he just took care of the rest when he saw some daylight.
I think Phil Parton came back from this from his injury superhuman.
This is a line, Robert, that has 3 of them that made the all-district team in the 2024 campaign, so it's going to be tough to try and get to them in the backfield. Fairless has done it at a couple occasions tonight so far. We'll see if they can continue to do so on first down. Here's a pass at midfield to about the 48-yard line of Fairless. The Panthers are in Falcon territory. Catch made by Noah Lance on the tackle there for the Falcons. Look to be, it's actually still winning on a number. That's Bronson Brown, the sophomore, as we approach 43 seconds and counting left to go here in the first quarter.
This has been a quick first quarter, honestly.
36 seconds and counting left to go. 7-0 Fairless. Pappas in the shotgun. 2 backs are both hips. They'll give it to Aiden Mead, who breaks a tackle in between the hashes. Now cuts right to 40, 35. Stiff arms man lowers the shoulder, continues to move to the 30-yard line. A great run of 15 there for Aiden Mead, a real bruiser, and it's another first down for the Panthers.
That was definitely an interesting play there, especially how they had two men on both sides of the quarterback, and they were trying to trip it up, and they were trying to mix it up, too, of who they were passing the ball to for the run game. Because usually they're throwing it to number 5, Phil Pardon, there we go. Sorry, I'm a little tired. But they decided to mix it up there, and he wasn't even back there for one of the options.
That'll bring an end to this first quarter with the score. Manchester 7, Fairless nothing with the ball and driving. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
When the job calls for skill, reliability, and a team that's not afraid to get their hands dirty, call Dirty Hands Excavating. Family owned and operated by Marissa and Brandon Carl, Dirty Hands is a proud IBEW and NECA contractor, bringing you quality work with honest values. So when you want it done right, call the pros who care. Dirty Hands at 330-327-3487. That's 330-327-3487. Dirty Hands, a contractor who doesn't mind getting their hands dirty for a brighter future.
Welcome back, everybody. 7-0, Manchester in front. As we begin the second quarter, Matt Corrali, Robert Coleman with you. Robert, your initial thoughts on this first quarter that really flew by in just about 20 minutes.
Yeah, it definitely flew by, honestly. I've learned that Manchester is a heavy running game. They like to mix it up. They like to do diversion. Really, Fairless really hasn't been taking advantage of it, and they really haven't had the ball, honestly, in that much of time. If I saw the stats, Fairless probably had the ball for less amount of time, possession of the ball for less amount of time than Manchester did.
So Manchester will come out onto the field as an offense to begin the second quarter. Fairless already out there on the defensive front, ready to try and get a stop and see if they can hold to the 7-0 score. First and 10, ball spotted at the Fairless 30. Twins left are the receivers. Two backs are in the game. Parton on his left hip. Mead on the right of Pappas as he wants it all. Down the left sideline in double coverage. Incomplete. No flags in the end zone. On the coverage there for Fairless was Zach Gilkerson. And for the intended target, that was Malachi Centrone. It looked to be a little bit of contact, but it ended up not being called. That was a good no call from the back judge there who was standing in the end zone.
Definitely. An update on the score, Glen Oak 14, Green 7.
All right, that's a battle of 1 and 5 teams in the Federal League. They're definitely trying. One of them will be getting some momentum and the standings. That could be huge for we could practice in next week's affair for either team. Two receivers left. The fullback package is in. They give it to the running back, Phil Parton. Right side, 25-20. Lowers the shoulder, and the Panthers, for the first time tonight, or for either team, are in our RG Drag Red Zone. Learn, earn, and succeed. It's a first down for the Panthers, thanks to the physical running from Phil Parton.
Phil Parton has been the main target for when it comes to the running game for Manchester. I'd say close to 80%.
And it will be. That seems to be a good percentage. Might be 85% as the night goes along, because they do like Aiden Mead to get some carries here. He's another bruiser running back as well. Mead is the fullback. Parton the back. Pappas under center. On a delay, it's Parton, right side 20, 15, and he gets tripped up at the 15-yard line from behind. On the tackle there for Fairless, number 56, Caleb Rodebush. And that'll bring up a second down and what looks to be second down and 7 on a gain of 3. There we go. We can figure out how English works.
Hey, Akron, Manchester, he's an English teacher, the head coach.
There you go. He needs to help me out. We got there together. Two receivers left, one right. The lone man out wide right for Manchester is Noah Lance. The Panthers are going left to right. In the shotgun, Pappas. The back is Parton to his right hip. Here's the snap. Pappas gives it to Parton. Breaks out of an initial tackle in the backfield, going left 20. 15-10. Parton going for the sideline. A flag is down 5. He's tripped up at around the 2, but this could be coming back. They might get Malachi Centrone, the receiver, on a hold as he was blocking downfield at around the 10. We'll see if our official has a microphone tonight, and if not, we'll tell you the penalty. But this one also could be against Fairless, based off the official's hand motions. We'll see. So no PA system for our referee this evening. It is, however, a hold on Manchester. So the ball will be backed up to the 20-yard line. All said and done, just a loss of 4, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Still not a bad situation for Manchester to be in.
Oh, absolutely not. 10:21 and counting left to go in the first half. They are in the RG Drag red zone. They're just in it at the 20-yard line. One receiver left, the lone man Centrone, 2 to the right. Pappas in the shotgun, Parton at his right hip. We have some whistles, and Fairless wants to call a timeout. That timeout is brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family. We will take a break. 10:09 left to go in the first half. Manchester 7, Fairless nothing with the Panthers in the red zone. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
Looking for a job that's more than just a paycheck? Brewster Cheese, the largest Swiss cheese manufacturer in the country, is hiring energetic production team members in Brewster, Ohio. Enjoy competitive wages, amazing benefits, a free on-site clinic, fitness center, seasonal lunches, family holiday parties, and so much more. Join a team that values hard work and a great environment. Apply today at 800 Wabash Avenue South, Brewster, Ohio. That's 800 Wabash Avenue South. Brewster Cheese is where your future begins.
Welcome back, everybody, to Fairless High School. Matt Corrali, Robert Coleman with you here for Week 7. Hard to believe it's been going that fast. Fastest 10 weeks of high school of the year, I like to say. And it's right during the regular season of high school football. 10:09 left to go in the half. It's a 2nd down and 11 for Manchester. They're on the 21-yard line as they'll go into play action. As Pappas, the quarterback, is in trouble and he's sacked. We have someone getting into the backfield for the first time tonight. That honor goes to Bo Sheets. He was also one of the Fairless players on their homecoming court that was honored pregame. It's a homecoming game for these Falcons fans, as it'll be now a 3rd and 13 with the ball spotted at the 22.
McKinley 7, Hoover 7.
That's a matchup of 5-1 and 6-0. Hoover being the undefeated team. You can listen to that game as well here on the Q92 Sports Network. 3rd and 13. One receiver out wide left. That is Centrone, 2 to the right. Pappas in the shotgun takes the snap. Here comes a 4-man blitz. Throwing it right, wide open man, but it's incomplete. Tried to get it to Lorenzo Donatelli. He put his left arm up, but it was just out of reach as it deflected off his hand, and now it'll bring up a 4th down here. And we'll see if the field goal unit will come out for the Panthers, and it will, led by Hayden Higgins. It'll be on the left hash. It'll be a 39-yard field goal. Right around in this area, it's tough for high school kickers, but you saw mentioned in practice, Robert, that you saw him warming up. Got a good leg. We'll see what happens here. Snap, good. Hold down. Higgins kick on a line drive towards the right side is up and no good.
That was a little bit of an optical illusion. It looked pretty good on my end.
It did. It had the aim, but the only problem was it was short by about a few yards, and it remains a 7-0 Manchester lead. Fairless will get the ball on the 20-yard line, so the Falcons get a stop. That's exactly what they needed to do. They stopped this run game. They stopped this air attack when need be, and it's a 1st down for the Falcons. They clap out of the huddle. One receiver left, trips right. Now make it 4 to the right. Now make it 5 as they send number 28, the running back, out. And we have whistles and a flag down. And actually, they're going to say that Coach Sarbaugh got a timeout in. That timeout is brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. Time to bring a friend into the family. And tell you what, I don't think there was any. I don't think that was a legal motion from the running back in Fairless. They could have gotten dinged for that, but Sarbaugh just called it in the nick of time because a flag was on the field, and they picked it up because Coach Sarbaugh burned his timeout. So they're down to 1 with 9:22 left to go in the second quarter. They will get the ball back to begin the second half, but we'll see if that could hurt the Falcons in any way in the later portion of this half. They'll send him in motion, 2 left, 3 right. Empty backfield here for Mikey Ritterbeck. He takes the shotgun snap, looks left, doesn't have anywhere. Now he'll just tuck in and run on the left side, 25. He's tackled out of bounds at around there. He'll get a few extra yards of possession to about the 27. It'll be a run of 7. And when all's said and done, it's a 2nd and 3 here for Fairless on what was a play that was dead to rights. But Ritterbeck did some improvisation on his own.
Yeah, I mean, Manchester is in a bad spot here, too. They're not in their own territory, so they're looking like they could turn this around. Fairless is definitely going to have to make sure they get something going here, especially with the amount of time they have left in this quarter.
He is 5 yards away from 200 on the season. Here's a little pitch using both hands with number 28 for Fairless, 40, and he's brought down at the 43-yard line. On the tackle for the Panthers was number 8 in Lorenzo Donatelli. It'll be a first down for Fairless.
Jake Livingston was also there on it.
Yeah, he provided him hit in the kind of the last moment. Falcons fans wanted a flag. They don't get one. Regardless, it's a first down. 8:47 and counting left to go here in the first half. Falcons trying to put together a solid drive here. Down a touchdown. Ball spotted at the Manchester 43. Trips left to right. Empty backfield. Here's the shotgun snap. They send a man in motion. It's John Hill on the end around. Towards the right side. Hill out of bounds at the 45-yard line to the right. Gain of 2. Be a 2nd down and 8. This Fairless team, we've seen it a lot on this drive here, Robert. They can spread you out in a lot of ways. Have different formations, try and confuse the defense. And that can be a lot to prepare for over the course of a week. Have to assume.
You definitely want to keep the defense guessing, especially with teams like Manchester.
2nd down and 8 from the 45-yard line of the Falcons. 2 receivers left and right, sending a man in motion right to left, and Cam Carl. Here's the snap. Rolling left is Ritterbeck, avoiding a sack with a nice juke move. We're still breaking some tackles, but it'll be taken down for a gain of about a yard, if that. We'll wait for an official spot, and they're going to say that he will get a yard. Or lose a yard, Down at the 44-yard line, it'll be a 3rd and 9, and I can only imagine, Robert, that they're going to let this thing fly.
Definitely with this third here, you're definitely not going to want to run it, especially since how far down they are for yardage needed for a first down. You're definitely going to have to do it. Although they could do something tricky, who knows? But I'm going to say it's about an 80 throw, 20 run.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Empty backfield here, and it will be a pass. Ritterbeck with a good pocket, wants it all. Down the left sideline, one-on-one ball, caught! At the 21-yard line, Cam Carl comes up with the reception. They're knocking on the door of the RG Drag red zone, and it's a big play for the Falcons. Their first big shot of the night, and it's a first down for Fairless. That gets these fans fired up here in Navarre.
It was perfect. He was right there in the pocket, right there for the reception.
7:14 and counting left to go in the half. Panthers 7, Falcons nothing. They are in our RG Drag red zone. Learn, earn, and succeed. 1 receiver left. That's Carl. Trips right. Now they send a man in motion left to right, and Zach Gilkerson. Ritterbeck will let it go. Wide open man dropped in the end zone. Zach Gilkerson. Oh, right off his hands.
Definitely heard an explosion, too.
That was one of the coordinators from upstairs, and rightfully so frustrated, but this is a talented offense. Gilkerson, a senior receiver, one of the leaders on this team, and you can definitely shake that one off. But boy,
I was watching.
That was 6 points right in his hands.
I was watching Deion Sanders. He was doing a coordination drill with the, the dropping of the tubes.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's
definitely
comes in handy.
Yeah, that's definitely something to come in handy in that instance.
2 receivers left. Trips right. They send a man in motion on end around pass. It's Cam Carl. on the right side 20. Now trying to get out of the way, going to the other side of the field. It's just nothing was doing. Down to the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 3, so now you have a 3rd down and 7 coming up for the Falcons.
They're at least in good territory here for the Falcons. They could at least pull something off, even though it is 3rd down.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's a disaster here for Fairless, they could get points out of this with a field goal, but we'll see. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Ritterbeck in the shotgun. Takes the snap, he'll pass, and we have a flag.
That might be on Fairless.
Could be a false start. We'll wait for the signal here from our referee. He addresses the crowd. It is a false start against the Falcons. One of the linemen jumped early. And that'll move the ball back to the 22-yard line on the 5-yard penalty.
Got an update. Green 21, Glen Oak 14.
So from a 2nd and 7 to a 2nd and 12, or 3rd and 12, I should say. Fairless comes to the line quickly here. Ritterbeck shotgun. And now they have many people go in motion from a stacked line to 2 receivers left and right. Ritterbeck takes the snap, rolls right, floats it deep for the end zone. It is incomplete. They want a flag, and they're not going to get one for pass interference. It was double coverage. Peter Snavely, the tight end, was the target.
Yeah,
A couple of Panthers were in on that coverage. It was Lorenzo Donatelli and Gavin Gindelsberger there for Manchester.
I agree with the call on that one, especially for what Manchester is doing. I think that should be allowed.
That was the second no call, both on each team. So now, from a Manchester 39-yard field goal miss on their last drive, Fairless will try a 39-yard field goal for themselves. On to try it, Jameis Robinson, the junior kicker. Manchester shows a rush. They don't send that many. Here's the snap. It's blocked! Free ball, and it's recovered by the Falcons at the 29, and Manchester comes up big on special teams. Panthers take over.
This is definitely the mistakes. If you're Fairless, you definitely have to watch out for here. They definitely had coordination issues there, and they definitely had to watch out there because they weren't there to ensure for the punt, or for the field goal. Sorry.
Yeah, just got to clean up some mistakes, and this Fairless team can definitely get themselves back to even on the scoreboard if they hold Manchester to no points again. They had a turnover on downs, a touchdown, and then a missed 39-yard field goal. Fairless on the drive chart, a punt, another punt, and a missed 39-yard field goal. Kind of poetic. Kind of poetic. Play clock to 7 as Tyler Pappas rolls right as he's being chased, throws it right, complete 45. And he's down at the 47-yard line. Ball comes out for a second, but on to recover it after making the catch was Jake Livingston. It's a 1st down for the Panthers. Ball spotted on the 47-yard line of Manchester. This has been a good passing day for Pappas for that one. It'll go as a pass play of 17. Manchester slowly coming to the line here. 2 receivers left, 1 right. The lone man out wide to the right is Conan Stiles. Manchester going left to right. Here's a snap and a handoff here with Phil Parton, 50, past midfield to the 47-yard line of the Falcons. It'll be a gain of 6, and we'll bring up a 2nd down and 4.
I'm definitely to the favorite target, Phil Parton, and he's definitely been, at least I'd say, it's 85% of the run game for Manchester.
4:35 and counting left to go in the half. Manchester with a 2nd and 4. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Lone man again is Conan Stiles. Pappas in the shotgun. Parton in the back to his left hip. Taking the snap, Pappas, play action. Going wide receiver screen to the left. This is Jake Livingston down the sideline. Livingston 40, 35, and he's brought down to the 34-yard line. It's a 1st down for the Panthers on a pass play that goes for 12 on a wideout screen to Jake Livingston. New set of downs for Manchester again. It has been a little bit of a big play, but it hasn't all been. They've been doing it in chunks. It's been run, it's been pass, and it's keeping this Fairless defense guessing. And this is once again another drive the fourth of the day where they're in enemy territory.
Yeah, they definitely squeezed that out as far as they could, especially for where Fairless defense was.
Pappas under center gives it to Parton, right up the gut 30, 25, and he's brought down at around the 23-yard line. Tackle made there by the Falcons. We're waiting on a number. It was number 24 in CJ Pumnio as he's limping a little bit. And he will come out. A couple of substitutions being made for the Falcons. First down, Manchester. Ball spotted on the 29-yard line. Two receivers to the right. Under center is Pappas. He takes the snap, gives it to Parton. Right up the gut again, 20, 15. Parton has a lane to the 10. Down at the 11, actually. It'll be a first down on a gain of 18. New set of downs. Manchester's in the RG drag red zone. Learn, earn, and succeed. They go no huddle. Pappas under center. Two receivers out wide right. Handoff here to Parton. Breaking through a tackle right side. Has the end zone. Touchdown Manchester. A flag is down, however, right as Parton crossed the goal line, diving in. AJ Sarbaugh doesn't seem to like the call. He took off his headset and is yelling, and this is going to be actually against Manchester. So take the 6 points off the board. And it looks as though that Sarbaugh's actually talking with one of his defensive players. 3:09 left to go in the first half. Hey, fans, as a reminder, make sure you tune into the high school football halftime show when this one wraps. And quarter number 2, we'll have the halftime news with our own Jeff Mears. Back in our studio in Alliance, we'll give you a scoreboard recap of Week 7 scores here in high school football in Stark County and analysis and highlights of this one here from Navarre. Pappas under center. The give to Parton left side, 20. Trying to get away from defender. Stiff arms man, 15-10. Parton at the 5. Parton going for the pylon, and he is in. Touchdown, Manchester. An 18-yard scamper that was not easy by any stretch of the imagination, and the Panthers now lead it 13-0.
Akron packed the visitors stand here at Fairless, and they're definitely in for a show.
Yes, they are. Plenty of time here, of course. We're only in the first half, but just offensively, it seems as though that Manchester has just been finishing drives, and the Falcons just have not converted quite yet. Extra point from Hayden Higgins is up and good, and we will step aside. 3 minutes left to go in the half. It's Manchester 14, Fairless nothing. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
14-0 Manchester in front of Fairless here on the road. 3 minutes left to go here in quarter number 2. Matt Corrali, Robert Coleman with you, and Robert, Manchester has just been capping off drives. It's been run. It's been through the air. It's just been all over the place. And again, 2 touchdown lead, but don't be so comfortable if you're Manchester because Fairless has the offense to do it. They just need to capitalize on these drives where they find themselves in plus territory.
Yeah, definitely. Manchester has been using all aspects they can of their team to succeed.
On to kick it away is Hayden Huntington, as this is at the 4-yard line, or excuse me, Hayden Higgins. They're on the return is Cam Carl down the right sideline. Carl gets out of a tackle 25, diving at around the 30. A nice return there for Carl of 25. And again, a good kickoff return for the Falcons. We'll have Mikey Ritterbeck and company set up with good field position here on offense. The good news for them is they have 2:51 left to go in the first half. Only problem is they just have one timeout to work with. And down 2 scores, it feels as though that they need to get something in here on this drive. Don't you feel that way?
Yeah, definitely. They're going to have to make sure they set themselves up for the next half of the game.
One receiver right, 2 right. Now they send another man in motion. Here's a snap. It's a pitch to number 28 of Fairless. Again, we don't have his number on our roster. We do apologize as he's out of bounds at the 33. Flag is down pretty much when the ball was snapped. Or maybe a second or two after the fact, but we'll see what this comes to be. It's going to be an illegal motion call against the Falcons. Play looked pretty clean, but obviously referee saw otherwise, and of course they're down there for a reason, and we're up here.
Definitely not the sky referee.
Yeah. That could be trouble if any one of us were to be in charge of refereeing a game.
Maybe bocce ball.
Bocce ball, you're into that?
No, it's a little bit. It's Italian.
Oh, yeah, me too. Me too. It's nice to know there's a fellow bocce player on the team. Trips left, 2 to the right. They send a man in motion. Here's a snap. Ritterbeck fakes a handoff, rolls right, gets it off on a screen to John Hill, and Hill has to go the other way, and he can't. Tackle down all the way back at the 17-yard line. And Fairless now in a world of trouble. Be a loss of about 7. And with the 5-yard penalty, it's going to be a second down and 22.
They're definitely going to have to try something here. If I was a coach, I would definitely try to send a ball into orbit, see what happens, especially when you have all this field behind you. You could get somebody open, just go for it.
Second and 22. The Falcons come out of the huddle. One receiver out wide left in the form of Zach Gilkerson. One to the right. Here's Ritterbeck. Shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking long. Now has to get out of there. Ritterbeck will throw it to the sideline. It is incomplete. He may have been out of bounds anyway, was Peter Snavely. Along the Manchester sideline, it was in and out of his hands. And that'll bring up a third down here, and we have a stoppage of play, and it looks as though that Peter Snavely's hurt along the Manchester sideline. So we'll take a break for an injury timeout as they tend to Snavely. 1:32 left to go in the half. Manchester on top, 14-0. You're listening to High School Football, presented by the Sarshone Auto Group, here on the Q92 Sports Network.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
Well, for Peter Snavely, currently being tended to on the sideline of Manchester. See who's hit around there. He is now up and walking on his own power.
We can throw
being tended to by a trainer for each team.
We can throw some scores in here. Orville 14, Northwest 7.
That's another Pac-7 matchup here. The only other Pac-7 game that you can find here on the network. As we'll give you an update on Snavely's availability as soon as we do.
I like that both trainers from both sides of the teams went out there to help them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially with it happening on the Manchester sideline. So 1:32. If you're just joining us, Manchester on top 14-0. $1:32 left to go in the half. Fairless has the ball on their own 18-yard line, 3rd and 22. Trips left, 1 right. Here's Ritterbeck in the shotgun. Takes a low snap, drops back to pass, rolling right. Ritterbeck trying to find a man on the run, throwing across his body downfield. It's caught in stride 50, 45-40, 35-30. It's Camp Carl 20, 15-10, 5. Touchdown, Fairless.
I believe a play or two, I said that they should try to send one into orbit. and make use of the open backfield they had there to see if anything could happen, and I was right.
83 yards. And on an explosive play, the Falcons are on the board and have a little bit of momentum on their sideline as A.J. Sarbaugh, the head coach, is hyping up his men.
Who was that for Fairless?
That was Cam Carl.
Okay.
On to try the extra point for the Falcons is Jameis Robinson. Snap good, hold down, kick is up, kick is good. Will step aside. This is a one-touchdown game with 1:19 left to go in the half. 14-7 Manchester in front. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
All right. 1:19 left to go here in the first half. 83-yard touchdown. That play looked just, that drive, as a matter of fact, looked dead in the water, Robert. But Mikey Ritterbeck had other plans, hitting Cam Carl, going across his body at just perfect ball placement from the junior quarterback. And he took it to the house, being Cam Carl for 83 yards.
Yeah, he pretty much had an open backfield and just went for it. Especially, that's what you pretty much need to do.
So a kickoff here for Fairless. On a booted away is Jameis Robinson. He approaches the football, line drive kick towards the right, and it'll take a couple of bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Now things get a little bit interesting. There's 1:19 left in this second quarter. Manchester, yes, is up 14-7, but the Falcons will get the ball to begin the second half, so we might see a couple of big plays, big chunk plays, 2-minute offense. It'll be interesting to see what head coach Kevin Stacy has in his back pocket.
Definitely here. I mean, I could see Manchester honestly scoring with just 1:19 left in the game.
Stacy 17-12 in 3 seasons with the Panthers. We talked about it in our pregame show. This team went 11-2 last year, unbeaten in Pac-7 play. 2 receivers left and right. Quarterback Tyler Pappas in the shotgun takes a snap. Looks left, no one there. Now right. Now directing traffic to the right. Pumps a couple of times, gets it off to the 30. Catch is made by number 21, Jake Livingston. Or should I say at the 30-yard line. It'll be a first down for Manchester as we approach 1 minute left to go here in the half. They do have all 3 timeouts left. Trips left, 1 right. Here's a run with the running back in Phil Parton as he takes it in between the hashes to the 32-yard line. And on cue, Kevin Stacy will burn his first timeout. That timeout is brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family. And I feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot on this drive as they have the ball. 2 timeouts still remaining. 48 seconds left to go. And especially with the fact that you have a good balanced offensive game plan, Robert, and a kicker that can, convert on longer field goals. He did try one from 39. He did miss. But goes without saying, they have that opportunity to cash in for some points and to add on to the 7-point lead.
Definitely here, and you might as well use the timeout, especially since we're going to get more after in the beginning of the second half of this game. So it's definitely good management by Stacy's side of the ball.
And fans, as another reminder, make sure to tune into our halftime show. We have the Q92 News, our Stark County scoreboard look, and highlights and analysis of this Week 7 Pac-7 affair. 2nd and 7. Who knew 3 sevens? It's pretty lucky. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Here's a handoff with Parton. Left side, pressure in the backfield. Parton gets out of an initial tackle, but he cannot that time. Gets for about a yard on the tackle there for the Falcons. Look to be number 53, Bo Sheets. That'll be a 3rd down upcoming. 30 seconds and counting left to go, and they are going to let this play run. It'll be a 3rd down and 8. Game clock is at 23 seconds. So I'm not sure. Manchester's going kind of slow, so this might just be kind of a shot play to go downfield and maybe kick a field goal. We'll see. Nope, just a run with Parton in between the hashes, and Parton's down at the 37-yard line. As with the game clock at 5 and ticking, that will bring us to the end of the half. Stacy decides to keep the 2 timeouts in his pocket and keep this a 14-7 ball game. Interesting kind of coaching on that one there, Robert.
Definitely here. I thought he maybe could even use another timeout too to do a clock management.
But instead, he'll take it to the locker room, just up 7. When we come back, it's the Q92 News with Jeff Mears. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion, Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
When the job calls for skill, reliability, and a team that's not afraid to get their hands dirty, call Dirty Hands Excavating. Family owned and operated by Marissa and Brandon Carl, Dirty Hands is a proud IBEW and NECA contractor, bringing you quality work with honest values. So when you want it done right, call the pros who care. Dirty Hands at 330-327-3487. That's 330-327-3487. Dirty Hands, a contractor who doesn't mind getting their hands dirty for a brighter future.
High school football exemplifies the true meaning of teamwork. At Friends and Family Credit Union, our team of local friendly professionals offer the same true spirit for our members with a wide array of products from vehicle loans to personal loans, family secure checking with ID Protect, mortgage, home equity line of credit, and more. For over 60 years, we have the game plan for your financial well-being. Visit any of our 3 convenient locations, online or mobile banking. Now, more than ever, it's time to bring a friend into the family.
Welcome in, everybody, to the High School Football Halftime Show on the Q92 Sports Network. It's time to take things out east with our own Jeff Mears in our Alliance studio with a halftime edition of the Q92 News. Jeff?
From the newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears with this halftime edition of Q92 News. A special prosecutor is being sought for the case of 2 Canton police officers charged in the death of a man in their custody. Prosecutors made the request today in Stark County Common Pleas Court during a pretrial hearing for Bo Shonegi and Camden Birch. They are charged with reckless homicide. Prosecutors cite a conflict of interest. Retired Medina County Common Pleas Judge James Kimbler is overseeing the case after Stark County judges recused themselves. He gave prosecutors 2 weeks to file a motion. A final pretrial hearing is set for January 21st. In April 2024, Frank Tyson of Canton Township crashed his vehicle near the AmVets building on Sherrick Road Southeast. People inside called police to have Tyson removed due to erratic behavior. He stopped breathing after being handcuffed and put on the floor. Molly Stark Hospital will soon come down. Crews are set to begin demolition of the 96-year-old facility next week. The contractor is Gary Matarelli Excavating. Stark Parks owns the property in Nimishillen Township, which has been abandoned since 1995. Park officials have cited safety concerns. The hospital has also been the frequent target of vandals. Stark Parks received a $2.3 million grant from the Ohio Brownfield Remediation Program last year. It will cover about 75% of the cost of asbestos abatement, demolition, and site remediation. Stark Parks, the county land bank, and commissioners will pay the remainder. Completion is expected by the end of the year. The city of Louisville opened its new fire station this afternoon. WDPN's David Schur reports.
The $8.6 million, 15,000 square foot facility houses 3 fire trucks and 3 EMS vehicles, along with training facilities, a day room, sleeping dorms, and a decompression area in which the air pressure is elevated to keep out the contaminants from the vehicle emissions. On hand for the ceremonies, which included dedication of the building to the late city manager, Dr. Larry Collins, whose efforts resulted in this facility, possibly were members of his family and officials from fire departments all over the county and beyond. For WDPN News, I'm David Schuer.
You'll soon have another option for flying to the Windy City from Akron Canton Airport. The first American Airlines flight to Chicago's O'Hare International Airport is set for departure Monday morning at 7:45. United Airlines currently operates the only service to Chicago from CAK. Akron Canton will host a gate party for travelers on the American flight at 6:30. Victims of the 2023 East Palestine train derailment and Norfolk Southern have until October 10th to respond to fraud allegations concerning the $600 million settlement of a class action lawsuit. Federal Judge Benita Pearson issued the deadline following a filing last week by a group of class members who opted into the personal injury portion of the settlement. They alleged their legal representatives intentionally hid crucial information about health risks. At issue is the portion of the settlement providing payments to individuals who signed a release of their personal injury claims against the railroad. The motion requests that the settlement, which was approved a year ago, should be nullified. Norfolk Southern has indicated it will oppose the motion. More news after this.
The Q92 Sports Network brings you more high school football and basketball games than anyone else, by far. But did you know that you can go back and listen to our broadcast again? Simply go to the Q92 radio page on SoundCloud. We posted the games we broadcast for everyone to go back and relive. We have playlists filled with our high school football broadcasts from 2016 to this season. So go to SoundCloud now, follow Q92 Radio, and listen. And thank you for listening to all of our sports broadcasts of high school football and basketball on the Q92 Sports Network.
The Highway Patrol is investigating a fatal single-vehicle crash in Columbiana County. It happened around 8:40 Wednesday night. A car was southbound on State Route 644 in Franklin Township when it failed to negotiate a curve, went off the right side of the road, and struck a tree south of Lewis Road. The vehicle caught fire and the driver died at the scene. Their name has not been released. The crash forced authorities to close the roadway for about 2 hours. A man accused of attacking a Latonia police officer will undergo treatment at Heartland Behavioral Health Care in Massillon. The commitment of 47-year-old Randy May of Latonia was issued Wednesday by Columbiana County Common Pleas Judge Megan Bickerton. He was recently found not guilty by reason of insanity, a felonious assault, and aggravated robbery. Bickerton said an evaluation determined May was mentally ill. Officer John Hancock suffered a broken ankle and a head injury when he was hit with a metal bar during an October 2024 traffic stop. May was also found not guilty by reason of insanity for assaulting a deputy in April of 2024. The final termination of commitment for the Latonia case will be in 2036. The hearing for the other will be in 2027. Attorneys have filed an amended injunction in Mahoning County Common Pleas Court asking a magistrate to allow Youngstown Ursuline High School transfer students to play football this season. It was filed Thursday. The amended injunction notes a Trumbull County judge ruled in favor of 3 students who transferred to Girard and seeks the same decision in Mahoning County. The OHSAA ruled last month that any student who transferred from Ursuline to another school would not be able to play for the 2025 season. The season was canceled following allegations of hazing, sexual assault, and harassment involving some players. The original injunction in Mahoning County was recently denied. A hearing is scheduled for October 10th. A woman is headed to prison for the drowning death of a 1-year-old girl in Youngstown. 32-year-old Adrienne Hudson of Youngstown was sentenced today by Mahoning County Common Pleas Judge Maureen Sweeney to 6 to 9 years behind bars. She pleaded guilty in August to charges of involuntary manslaughter and child endangering. Hudson was indicted in January 2024 for the September 2023 incident. London Kazan was found in a pool at a home on Ridgelawn Avenue. Hudson was babysitting the girl and her own child at the West Side address. The group was outside and the girl reportedly wandered away and ended up in the pool. The child's death was later ruled accidental. We'll return you to the stadium for the second half of tonight's game, but first a look at the forecast. For the overnight, clear and cool, a low near 52. Sunny skies Saturday with a high reaching 81. Saturday night, clear, a low around 50. Sunday, sunshine returns with a high of 82. Monday, sunny skies and a high of 83. From the Q92 Newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears.
All right, thank you, Jeff. When we return, we will have Stark County High School football scores for Week 7. As we take a look, I'll go around the scoreboard, but first, you're listening to the High School Football Halftime Show. Streaming live right here on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
Peace of mind. It's one of the most important benefits that we can offer at Friends and Family Credit Union. Welcome to Family Secure Checking. It offers unrivaled security to protect your everyday finances and purchases, as well as comprehensive identity theft protection and reimbursement coverage, credit file monitoring, benefits for travel, shopping rewards, and cell phone protection that includes repair or replacement for up to 4 phones on your cell phone plan. It's time to bring a friend into the family.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
Looking for a job that's more than just a paycheck? Brewster Cheese, the largest Swiss cheese manufacturer in the country, is hiring energetic production team members in Brewster, Ohio. Enjoy competitive wages, amazing benefits, a free on-site clinic, fitness center, seasonal lunches, family holiday parties, and so much more. Join a team that values hard work and a great environment. Apply today at 800 Wabash Avenue South, Brewster, Ohio. That's 800 Wabash Avenue South. Brewster Cheese is where your future begins.
Welcome back, everybody, to the high school football halftime show here on the Q92 Sports Network. Here in Fairless, it is a 14-7 Manchester lead. Let's take a look around Stark County with our scores. Well, we'll start off with the games that you can hear on the Q92 Sports Network. Orville and Northwest tied at 14 at the break in our Q92 game of the week. That's at halftime as well. Jackson on top of Lake 17-14, Robert.
That's definitely a weird one, honestly, Jackson on top of Lake. I mean, we were just at the Jackson game, I believe, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Jay Rohr, he's an amazing coach, an amazing guy, honestly, and I'm glad to see him with that success.
Green is on top of Glen Oak, 34-14. A minute 14 left to go in the half. Hunka to Reed for a 40-yard touchdown on a 3rd and 25. With the extra point doinked off the right upright. Halftime in North Canton, McKinley on top 14-7. Will be in North Canton next week as the Vikings will take on the Perry Panthers. Speaking of the Panthers, they're welcoming in Austintown Fitch, scoreless at halftime.
That is surprising, honestly, that they are scoreless.
Halftime in our AM 1310 WDPN game, Alliance 21, Carrollton 7. They had a blocked field goal attempt in the final seconds of Perry and Fitch. That was the Panthers who tried a 31-yarder, I beg your pardon, but it ended up going for naught. West Branch on top of Marlington, 49-0 at half. Sandy Valley in danger of going 0-7. They're down 41-0 at halftime to the Ridgewood Generals on the road. Canfield welcoming in the Louisville Leopards. Alver in the Youngstown area, they're on top 20-7 at half. The Cardinals are there, I should say. Tuslaw on the road taking care of Toronto for the moment. It's a 7-6 ball game at the break. In other scores around the area, East Canton and Strasburg all even in the second quarter. Central Catholic taking on Edison on the road. The Crusaders are down 22-3. Massillon in a tight one with the Cardinal Ritter Lions out of Missouri. They're on top 21-14 in the second. And Minerva, who's at home, taking on the Salem Quakers. Salem up big 27-3 in the second quarter. When we return, the highlights of this one and our analysis and kickoff of the second half. You're listening to the high school football halftime show on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by our friends at the Sarshone Auto Group.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkowitz and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN. When the job calls for skill, reliability, and a team that's not afraid to get their hands dirty, call Dirty Hands Excavating. Family owned and operated by Marissa and Brandon Carl, Dirty Hands is a proud IBEW and NECA contractor, bringing you quality work with honest values. So when you want it done right, call the pros who care. Dirty Hands at 330-327-3487. That's 330-327-3487. Dirty Hands, a contractor who doesn't mind getting their hands dirty for a brighter future.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
Welcome in, everybody, to the high school football halftime show on the Q92 Sports Network. Matt Corrali, Robert Coleman with you here inside Navarre, and Fairless High School with their Falcons are down just a touchdown to the Manchester Panthers. 5-1 is Manchester, 3-3 Fairless. It's been a fun one so far. Let's go back to the highlights and show you, or as a matter of fact, you can hear, I just realized we weren't on television, how this game has come to be at this point. This is number 15, Noah Lance to the 5, touchdown, Manchester. Parton at the 5. Parton going for the pylon, and he is in. Touchdown, Manchester. Body downfield. It's caught in stride. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. It's Camp Carl 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Fairless. You know, for a 14-7 game, Robert, this has been a pretty eventful one, and it's been one that has had a lot of offense, believe it or not, and it's been something that is going to take a lot of mental execution, a lot of mental strength as well in order to finish this one out and get a win tonight. A hard-earned win at that here in the Pac-7. For Manchester, it's all about putting their foot on the gas, and for Fairless, it's all about trying to take their game up to another level.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this would be a tied-up game if it wasn't for that one guy with who let the ball slip for Fairless. Is the name slipping me on that one.
That was Zachary Gilkerson.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that play, this would honestly be tied up. I mean, that just goes to show you really got to work on the drills in practice. You really got to make sure you work on the hand-eye coordination drills and everything, because this could be a tied-up game.
Yeah, that was a great attempt. He did a great job at getting himself open, but unfortunately just couldn't finish the deal. For Manchester, let's talk about Tyler Pappas, because he's had a great night so far. He has a passing touchdown to his name, good execution, clean game, no turnovers, and it's been fun to watch him work as he has had a couple of college interests as well. For Pappas, he has had visits with Baldwin Wallace and Pitt so far this football season.
Those are both interesting, to be honest with you, especially trying to stay home, too. Pitt could even be an interesting one. I believe they're getting a new stadium here soon, too.
Oh, they're really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
They're getting out of this sharing with the Steelers.
I gotcha. Well, for Fairless on the other side, it's been a whole lot of balance, and we've seen a little bit of it, Robert, towards the end of the second half, more passing from Mikey Ritterbeck, and lo and behold, the last drive they had was the only one they ended up scoring 6. Do you see them throwing the ball more in this second half?
Depending on where they're set up in the field. As I said, with the one play by Cam Carl for their only score of the night, that was definitely one where you definitely had to throw it because of all that back room, all that backfield you had. That's because you would definitely be able to find a pocket and get away from Manchester's defense.
Panthers are now back out onto the field, warming up as well. We have 2 minutes and counting left on the scoreboard. They could put on an additional 3 for Fairless for them in order to warm up. We'll keep it right here with you. However, up until kickoff of the third quarter. Going back to those games that we mentioned in our scoreboard segment, it's interesting to see. We talked about it earlier, that Jackson game. We had them a couple weeks ago. We had Lake right at the start of the season, especially with the Blue Streaks being at home in Blue Streak Stadium, and it was our Q92 game of the night for a reason. But Lake could be in danger of getting their first loss of the season, and Jackson could get a much-needed win here in the late stages of the regular season.
Especially of what their pod is for the playoffs. I believe they're in the same one as McKinley, and I think there could be 4 people out of that pod if I'm not certain on, or regional pod, I believe what it's called.
Most importantly, that Orville Northwest game is pretty close. Manchester will be having the Indians at home in Week 10, and that's going to be interesting to kind of see how this Pac-7 continues to kind of shape course in terms of who is coming out on top of the standings.
I mean, I compared Fairless to Carrollton heavily, and at the half, it's Carrollton 7, Alliance 21.
That's our AM 1310 WDPN game.
A lot of their stats kind of compare up to from what I was looking at, and a lot of their rankings. I believe Max Reps have them ranked similar in the state of Ohio in similar spots. So I believe they're using strength of schedule on that. They're not using AP polls by MLS soccer writers.
That's how they do it in MLS?
No. That's at college sometimes.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, yeah, that's how they do it.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like MLS
college sports
writers that don't even watch college sports or maybe watch one team that are voting on what the top team is. I'm going to say that Max Reps is using strength of schedule there. And so this would be, the Fairless team would be comparable to the Carrollton team.
We are seeing that one of the Falcons is hurt. He can't put pressure on one of his, I believe it's his left leg. He's down on the bench. That's number 81, Austin Gatchett.
He was with the band, too. He was playing the saxophone earlier, so I hope something didn't go wrong during the marching band performance.
Yes, of course, don't want to speculate, but
Yeah.
we have no time left. Fairless is just now coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, hope everything's okay there.
What do you think AJ Sarbaugh told his guys before coming back out here for the second half?
Definitely got to do coordination, got to make sure you're there, got to make sure you're watching the ball, got to make sure you're in the zone.
And how about for Manchester? Because it can be easy to kind of be comfortable in this 14-7 lead, but it's definitely something where you need to keep pressure on these Falcons, especially with you being the road team.
Yeah, definitely too. You're definitely going to make sure for Manchester that you're mixing it up. That's definitely been their key here too. They're definitely going for a heavy throw game and a heavy passing game and a heavy run game. That's something last week with Minerva we didn't see. They were relying too heavily on the run game. Of course, that was a T-wing offense. Manchester is not using a T-wing offense.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something to keep our eye on as this night goes along, as they put some time back on the clock so Fairless can warm up out of their locker room. 2:23 and counting left to go until we kick off the second half here in Navarre.
When we got home that night, too, I did even some more research in the T-wing offense, and I found out the key thing for a T-wing offense, you want to do about 50% T, you want to do about 50% throwing.
Interesting.
And that's
half and half, huh?
Yeah, and that's not something really I saw from Minerva last week, and that's something I'm heavily seeing from Manchester tonight, which is something I'd like to. They're using a lot of really good plays, too, especially that one passing play where they had 2 people on either side of the quarterback. You could have gave it to either one of them.
Yeah, it might not be a wing T offense that the Panthers are running, but it is interesting backfield packages. They've used a couple where they have a fullback look, just the regular halfback to the left or right hip, whatever have you, of quarterback Tyler Pappas. And they've also had some packages a few times in the first half where they've put both of their halfbacks to the left and right side of Pappas, just like right next to each other. So there's 3 kind of standing all next to each other in the backfield.
And the main target being Phil Pattern. He has pretty much been the receiver for the running balls for the running plays for about 85% of them, honestly.
Yeah. They have Aiden Mead has gotten a couple of carries, but he's made the most of them, going for 18 yards on the ground, but they've been bruising as he's been punishing these Fairless defenders so far. Well, Manchester's kickoff unit has taken the field along with Fairless. Let's step aside 10 seconds for station identification.
You're listening to high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Fairless will get the ball to begin the second half. They won the coin toss and elected to defer. Back deep for the Falcons is Cam Carl along with John Hill. Carl on the right, Hill on the left. Panthers are kicking this off, going left to right. On a bit away for Manchester is Hayden Higgins. Was a fun first half. It's just a one-score game, 14-7, as we hit quarter number 3. What will the second half have in store? We're about to find out here on the Q92 Sports Network. Higgins will boot it away. He approaches the football. It's a line drive squibber that will take a few bounces, and it's muffed originally at the 15, but taken by John Hill. 20, 25. Hill gets wrestled down at around the 28-yard line. No further. And that will set up the Fairless offense here to begin quarter number 3. And what are you expecting on this drive to kind of kickstart this possession for Fairless as they look to even the score here early in the third?
There's still plenty of time left in this game. They could try to invent. I wouldn't say invent, but try to make a make the best of, especially where they are in the field at the moment.
2 receivers left and right. They send Hill in motion, and now we got a flag, and it looks as though that Fairless has a false start on the first play of the game.
Yeah, I'd say Fairless.
And it is a false start. In the first half, if you were with us, Peter Snavely, their tight end for the Falcons, was injured. We do see him on the sideline with the helmet on, so that's a good sign. They're still tending to Austin Gatchett on the trainer's table, working out that left leg. In motion is Hill. Ritterbeck takes the shotgun snap, hands it off to number 28 for Fairless at the 30, lowering the shoulder. A huge hit that you could hear from what seemingly to be Osnaburg Township.
You could see his helmet snap back a little bit on that too. Hope he's okay.
Yeah, they all seem to be good. It's a run of what will be 4, and it'll come up to be a 2nd down and 6.
You know, I was told once a key for dealing with those hits is having a good, strong neck, because it can help with the flex back.
That's interesting, and that makes total sense, I will say. Just something you never really think about, because now with the Guardian caps, as a matter of fact, for Fairless, their kicker, Jameis Robinson, has one. We've been seeing a lot of that in college and in the pros, especially in the NFL over the last season or two. Ritterbeck in the shotgun, man in motion. He takes the snap on 2nd and 6, pressure from behind, and he loses the ball. It's out. It's free at the 21-yard line, and Manchester looks to have it. No signal yet, and they do. And now the tide turns. Fairless, who has had 8 turnovers combined in their last 2 games, coughs it up here for the first time tonight on a strip sack. That was number 21, Jake Livingston, that stripped it and recovered it. And Manchester quickly to the line. 1st and 10, ball spotted on the Fairless 22. Under center, Pappas will hand it off to his running back in Phil Parton, and he gets denied. Just a gain of 1, trying to work the left side, trying to follow his left tackle and left guard. He couldn't do it. On the tackle there for the Falcons was Peter Snavely, making his first tackle back in action, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 9.
You were talking about those Guardian helmets. I mean, you practically see those during every practice in the college ranks.
Definitely. And especially in the NFL, too. A good majority of players wear them in training camp. 2nd and 10. The give to the fullback Mead in between the hashes up the middle. They're in the RG drag red zone. Learn, earn, and succeed. They're down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2. And now it'll be a 3rd down and 6 upcoming for the Panthers. Immediately, they'll send out 2 receivers wide to the right. We have 9:51 and counting left to go in the third. Manchester with the ball, up by a score, and looking for more. In the shotgun here for the Panthers is Pappas. They send out Phil Parton behind him. Here's Meade on a run. Left side gets out of an initial tackle. 15, trying to stretch for it. Did he get there? The officials will say he's about a yard shy. It'll be a 4th and 1 down to the 14. So now, what do you do if you're head coach Kevin Stacy?
I mean, this is a great position to be set up for Manchester, honestly. There's a lot of things you can do. Even though it's 4th down, you could probably go for a run ball, and you might as well with as many yards that are just needed.
Well, Manchester is going to call a timeout to kind of see what they want to do. That timeout's brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family. We'll step aside. 4th and 2 coming up for the Panthers on the other side of the break.
Missed the big game? Don't worry. Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
9:12 left to go here in quarter number 3. Manchester on top 14-7. However, they are facing a 4th and 2. On the 14-yard line of the Falcons, they're going to go for it. One receiver left, 2 right. Crowd getting fired up here in Navarre. Pappas, the quarterback. We do have movement, and the Panthers jumped. It's a false start, and they'll back the ball up 5 yards. One of the linemen just reached across the line of scrimmage a little too early, and now the offense will remain on the field for a 4th and 7. Ball spotted on the 19.
Hopefully Fairless can play to this lock.
We'll see what happens. One receiver left, 2 right. Pappas the shotgun. Play action. Throw over the middle. It's caught. First down, Manchester to the 5. It's Malachi Cintron. His second catch of the night, and it's a big one. It continues the drive for the Panthers down to the 7-yard line. They'll mark it. It's 1st and goal, Manchester. Perfect execution from Pappas to Cintron, senior to senior.
Definitely here, and that was definitely the best thing to go for, to be for throwing that, especially after that penalty and getting pushed back that far. You definitely didn't want to go for a run.
Pappas under center, gives it Phil Parton at the 5. Parton moving the legs, getting some help from his line. Parton near the goal line. Is he in? They're going to say one. No, they both say touchdown. Total team effort. Phil Parton has his second touchdown of the night, and it took about the entire Manchester community to help him out. Being pushed by about 6 Panthers on that one, and Manchester now goes back in front by 2 scores.
I think they brought a friend into the family of that one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Hayden Higgins on the booted away. To hold is Tyler Pappas, and we have a flag. We did see some movement. We don't know from who yet. Let's see what the officials say.
I believe that was 9.
It's a false start. So they'll have to back it up for Manchester.
No, I was wrong on that one.
So instead, it'll be now a 25-yard extra point instead of the regular 20. Cowbells are ringing here at Fairless. Here's the snap. Good. Hold down. Kick on the way. It is good. Manchester 21, Fairless 7, with 8:25 left to go in the third. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network, and it's powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
8:25 left to go here in the third. Fairless will get the ball back. The only problem for the Falcons here is they're down 2 touchdowns, 21-7. Matt Corrali and Robert Coleman with you here in Navarre for a fun Pac-7 matchup. Fairless, if things were to hold, would be 6-1 through the first 7. Here's a squib kick that goes to around the 20. This is number 7 for the Falcons and John Hill. He's brought down inside the 30 to about the 33-yard line. We'll wait for an official spot, but once again, Fairless with good field position to start off here, Robert.
Yeah, definitely here. They're definitely going to have to try to hit fast, hit hard, and hit early here. This still can be anybody's game, and it all depends.
Their first drive of the second half resulted in a fumble from Mikey Ritterbeck on a strip sack that set that Manchester touchdown up. Ritterbeck, and there's a botched exchange. Ritterbeck picks it up at around the 23 and will be tackled down right there. It's a loss of 10 when all's said and done, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 20. They're actually going to spot the ball at the 25-yard line, so make that a loss of 8. It'll be a 2nd and 18. And for Fairless offensively, you had them in a good spot, even though you were down 6. You just really can't afford to have the wheels kind of fall off the tracks here.
Yeah, definitely here, because you only have so much time left here. You got to make sure here they're not in really the best of yard positions, so they're going to have to try something.
2nd down and 18. 4 receivers out wide left, 1 to the right. Empty backfield here for Ritterbeck. He takes the shotgun snap, drops back to pass. In trouble, a flag is down, and he gets sacked. Brought down hard by number 34, Zach Hughes, or I beg your pardon, in Aiden Mead, the linebacker. He's really become a defensive captain for this front, but we do have a hold on what looks to be the defense in the form of the Panthers. So now Fairless gets a break here, and we'll have the ball moved up for a first.
I believe it was something that had to deal with the tackling of the quarterback.
Well, I beg your pardon, and it'll be a 2nd down, but however, the ball gets moved to the 40-yard line of the Falcons, so it'll be a 2nd down and 3. 7:19 and counting left to go in the third. Manchester on top, 21-7. Ritterbeck in the shotgun, running back to his left hip, 1 receiver left, 2 right. This in a man in motion right to left, that's Hunter Dean. And here's a pitch to the running back, number 28. He's down to the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5 and enough for a Fairless Falcons first down. Try saying that 5 times fast. A lot of F's in that one. So Fairless keeps the drive alive as they, I don't want to say needed to, because especially with 2nd down, but this is a drive where we talked about it right before Cam Carl scored on that 80-yarder. It kind of feels like you need this one, and if you don't, your defense has got to get a quick stop. We'll see what happens. 1 receiver out wide left, 3 to the right. Ritterbeck in the pistol. Takes his shotgun snap, has an initial read, doesn't have it now, and he will go upfield for just a rush of a yard. On the tackle for the Panthers, it was Brody Souls, the linebacker, making his first tackle of the night. It's a gain of 1 and a 2nd and 9.
It's going to be interesting to see what they kind of do here, especially with it being back down to 2nd down here. They could try to make an advantage of this, especially since they still. This probably could be a repeat where they have a lot of room in the backfield.
1 receiver left, 2 right. In the shotgun here is Ritterbeck. He'll screen it for number 28, 45. Down the left sideline, 50, breaking the tackle, lowering the shoulder to the 39-yard line. What a run, first down, Fairless. How about that screen? Now they flip the field. Fairless, for just the 2nd time tonight, are in Manchester territory. And it's a first down for the Falcons as we come up on 5:20 and counting left to go here in this third quarter that has gone by fairly quickly. At Fairless, 2 receivers left. Ritterbeck, shotgun. Send a man in motion. It's an end-around run with Cam Carl, right side. He's in trouble. Carl will be brought down at around the 40-yard line. They tried that a couple times. It hasn't really worked out. You can see what they're kind of trying to do with the end-around run, trying to change direction. That's happened a couple times as well for Fairless offensively. Just nothing seems to develop.
Yeah, they managed to throw it to the left the previous play, although there were a lot of Manchester defense there. He managed to push it as far as he could.
Ball is spotted at the 40-yard line. It's a loss of 1, and it'll be a 2nd down and 11. We're glad you're with us here on the Q92 Sports Network. Matt Corrali alongside Robert Coleman with you live here in Navarre for Week 7 of high school football action. And Fairless doesn't know how much time left there's on the play clock with 8, 7. They just cop out of the huddle. In the shotgun, Ritterbeck with 5, 4. They get it off. Here's a run with number 28 again, 40. This time he gets tripped up at the line of, or the initial line of scrimmage, I should say. It's a gain of 1 to the 39-yard line, and that'll come up a 3rd and 10. They've been running it a lot on this drive, but on that one, this Panther defense is able to sniff it out very well. And now it's what do you do on 3rd and 10? 2 receivers left, trips right. Ritterbeck, empty backfield. They send a blitz. Here's Ritterbeck in trouble, rolling right. Ritterbeck hit as he throws to the right sideline. It's incomplete. No one was really in the area. The closest one was about 5 or 10 yards away. In number 10, Aiden Wise. So now it's 4th down, and here comes the punting unit for Fairless. On bet to return for the Panthers is number 15 and Noah Lance. On to boot it away, number 65, one of the linemen, Grady Vaughn. Let's see if the 6'1", 225-pound senior has got some leg.
Here's Faulkner.
28 is now into the game. He'll be lined up as one of the up men. Here's the snap, and the boot is away. It's deflected, it looks like, and it'll go out of bounds inside the Manchester 30. And then around the 28-yard line. So that'll be a 12-yard punt when all said and done. And we'll keep it here with you as we have 3:32 left to go in the 3rd. Matt Corrali and Robert Coleman with you. Robert, I don't want to put things to bed so early, but if Manchester scores here, and it's especially on a drive where they control the clock, take their time, go down the field and score instead of just on one big play, it's going to be really tough for Fairless to kind of climb themselves out of this hole.
Yeah, definitely, too, especially the way a lot of this game's been going. Fairless definitely been having some issues with getting something going here. They've only been in Manchester.
Here's a play action. He nearly avoids a sack as Pappas on the run, throwing a slide at the 48-yard line. A catch is made by Jake Livingston. The Fairless fans and sideline is saying that it was on the turf. A.J. Sarbaugh is livid with one of the field judges, or the line judges, I should say. It'll go for 18, and it's a 1st down for the Panthers. As you can hear the Fairless fans' displeasure. So 2 receivers left, 1 right. Pappas in the shotgun, Parton the back. He'll give it to him. Parton with a hole right side. There he goes. Parton is gone. 35-30, 25-20. Phil Parton, touchdown, Manchester. "46 yards, and it's the Panthers' biggest lead of the night."
Things seem to be slipping away here for Fairless more and more.
And unfortunately, that is the case. Trying to get something going defensively, but man, when you got a all-Ohio first-team back like Phil Parton, it's just so tough to stop. It's his 3rd touchdown of the night as Hayden Higgins is on to kick the PAT. Snap good, hold down, kick up, and the kick is good. 2:39 left to go in the 3rd. Manchester 28 and Fairless 7. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by our friends at the Sarshone Auto Group.
Looking for a job that's more than just a paycheck? Rooster Cheese, the largest Swiss cheese manufacturer in the country, is hiring energetic production team members in Brewster, Ohio. Enjoy competitive wages, amazing benefits, a free on-site clinic, fitness center, seasonal lunches, family holiday parties, and so much more. Join a team that values hard work and a great environment. Apply today at 800 Wabash Avenue South, Brewster, Ohio. That's 800 Wabash Avenue South. Brewster Cheese is where your future begins.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
2:39 left to go in the third. Matt Caroli, Robert Coleman with you. It's Manchester 28, Fairless 7 here in week 7 from Fairless High School in Navarre.
It is currently all tied up in the third. Perry 7, Fitch 7.
Interesting, a defensive battle out in Perry Township. Higgins on to put the ball on the tee. Back deep for the Panthers is number 1, Cam Carl. Along with that looks to be Zach Gilkerson. Another line drive squib kick that goes to the left, dies at the 26. It's returned at around the 30 by Gilkerson. I think it's blown up there. And Fairless will come out 1st and 10. What do you think needs to change here in order for the Falcons to get going here offensively?
Better defense around the quarterback. Especially the quarterback isn't having room to set up his throws from what I could tell. Would you agree on that?
I would. And there are plenty of weapons that Fairless can use at their disposal. It's just this Manchester defense who have 3 players that lead the area in tackles for loss can prove to be a real test. And I believe that one of the Falcons jumped a little early, and it did. It's a false start. So that'll back him up 5 to the 22-yard line, 1st and 15.
Shout out to the Rats for always being on their toes, honestly. I wouldn't be able to do their job.
It is a tough gig, I'll tell you what. It really is. So 2 receivers come out wide to the left, and they come out trips right. Empty backfield here for Ritterbeck. He's in the shotgun. They send a man in motion and Cam Carl. They give it to him on the end around left side. Carl in trouble. He gets swallowed up at the 21. Aiden Mead on the stop. And that'll be down at the 21-yard line. They lose a yard on that one, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 16. Mead read that one really well. I mean, virtually untouched on his way, and you blink and he's in your face.
Yeah, a lot of these people are right on him, right on the gap.
Here's Ritterbeck faking a pitch. It's a screen with Gilkerson, and he gets tripped up at around the line of scrimmage. They're going to actually give him a couple yards. It'll be a pass play of 2. That'll bring up a 3rd and 14 as I get what they're trying to do, but I think now you got to take your shot if you want to have any chance of converting here. You have your weapons and receivers, but might be time to let it go downfield.
Definitely with the amount of, I've said this before, with the amount of backfield they have here, and they could, as long as the defense is there to cover the quarterback, they could try to let one sail right downfield and see where it goes, see if there's an opening.
1 receiver left in Gilkerson, trips right. Here's Ritterbeck. He will take a shot. Down the left side for Gilkerson, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45-yard line of Manchester by Noah Lance. And the Panthers have come out guns a-blazing on both fronts. 59 seconds are left here in the third, and up by 3 touchdowns. The Panthers will take over on their own 46-yard line. I just saw you.
Pardon me there.
You hit your face, and the mic. Poof. If we were on camera, that'd be great. Oh, speaking of, hey, fans, we have a new initiative here at Q92 Sports. If you go on to Q92 Radio Canton on TikTok, our own Ryan Keller and Antonio Hall are broadcasting the game where you can see with their face with the booth cam live from Memorial Stadium in Hoover. As on 1st and 10, they give it to Parton as he's down at what looks to be the Fairless 47-yard line. They are in Falcon territory.
I was mostly hitting myself in the face there. It was a textbook throw there for Fairless, just to the wrong team.
Here's the thing with that booth cam. We'll hit on that after this play. 2 receivers left, 1 right. This is Pappas on a play action. Rolling right, in trouble. Pappas lets it go deep down the right side, incomplete. Thrown into double coverage. Noah Lance was covered like a baby at nighttime and just couldn't get it with that one hand up on the right, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 3. Here's the thing with that. They don't stop the stream at half, so the cameras are still on you. And I just happened to open up, and at North Canton, they feed you there. They fed us here at Fairless as well. Shout out to everyone here at Fairless High School for the great hospitality, but just something to keep in mind. It's just, they'll be watching you eat.
I'm going to be like Sokka from Avatar. My favorite thing is food.
That's true. I think that's a lot of people's favorite things. It's one of mine for sure. We'll have a timeout here. It's going to be called by Manchester. It's their second of the half, as that timeout is brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. Folks, it's time to bring a friend into the family. We'll keep it here because the third quarter is about to come to a close in just a matter of moments. There's 21 seconds left to go in the third. Robert, you can have plenty of options to go with here on 3rd and 3. Your head coach, A.J. Sarbaugh, where are you going?
I would maybe go more for the run here, especially where they're at. Go for, I'd say, an outside run.
They have done that a lot, especially on some jet sweeps. Manchester were able to really stop them on those. Heck, neither team has been able to get something going off the counter reverse. So here come the Panthers. 3rd and 3, 1 receiver left, 1 right. It's Pappas. Looking to go out wide right. Manchester will probably go in the Wildcat here. There's a little bit of trouble on who should be in the play. But they're in the Wildcat, and taking the snap is Jake Livingston right up the gut. Livingston breaks an initial tackle, gets a first down and more. Livingston past the 40 to the 36. First down, Panthers.
That's an example of why I decided to highlight him in the pregame questions of the coach.
And the Cats go on the Wildcat, and it pays off. It's a first down for Manchester, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. It's time to put your 4s up. Manchester could be 12 minutes away from going 6-1, but does Fairless have a comeback in them? There's only one way to find out. It's by listening to Q92RadioSports.com's coverage of high school football, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
All right. Final 12 minutes of regulation here in Fairless. Final 12 minutes of week 7 of the high school football season. As Manchester comes out with the ball up 3 scores, 28-7 here on the Q92 Sports Network. Matt Corrali, Robert Coleman with you inside Fairless High School. 2 receivers out wide to the left. Pappas, the quarterback in the shotgun. We'll hand it off to Aiden Mead. Up the middle now towards the right side, 30. Breaks a tackle, 25. Mead, 20. Mead, 15. Mead, 10-5. Touchdown, Manchester. $37 yards.
What I always say, strike hard, strike fast.
4 rushing touchdowns for the Panthers. And they add on to their lead. It is 34-7 here in the fourth.
I was about to send a tweet out what the score was. Better wait.
Yeah, you got to do that after this extra point. So Hayden Higgins on to attempt the PAT. Snap good. Hold down. Higgins' kick is up. It is good. 11:51 left to go here in the fourth. It's Manchester 35, Fairless 7. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92Radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92Radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
9 seconds have passed in the final quarter, and Manchester found the end zone thanks to a 37-yard touchdown run courtesy of Aiden Mead, the 5'10", 190-pound running back. Broke a few tackles, and it was just a blue end zone in sight for the senior back. Hayden Higgins on a boot away for Manchester. Back deep for the Panthers, for the Falcons, is Cam Carl on the left and Bronson Brown on the right. Manchester kicking it off right to left. Taking a quick look at what's up next for these teams. Manchester will hit the road to take on Triway, and Fairless will hit the road to take on Canton South. Higgins will go onside kick here. The ball is loose, and it's recovered by Manchester at midfield. Wow. They go short, and they will put Tyler Pappas and the offense right back out there. My goodness. I think it's something that we should know with them up being 28. With them being up 28, I beg your pardon. Per OHSAA rules, if you're up 30 in the second half, we have a running clock. So it might be something to do with that. Try and score and have just a continuing clock for the rest of the game. But regardless, they're set up 49-yard line of Fairless. Pappas going under center. Aiden Mead's the back. One receiver out wide left and right. Pappas, the give to Mead. Again, the man who scored the touchdown earlier breaks 2 tackles 40 and dives towards the 37-yard line. Great run of 12, and it's a first down for Manchester.
Fairless has 3 timeouts left, so they can definitely manage the clock if they need be.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, we've seen crazier. They have the weapons to try and get a couple quick scores, maybe bring it to within 2 touchdowns. If you get to stop, they all got to be quick. It's going to be tough, but it's definitely possible, especially with 11:08 and counting left to go here in the fourth. One receiver left and right. Pappas shotgun. Mead the back. Pappas takes the snap. Gives it off to Mead. Right side, 35-30. Has a lane. Down the sideline, 25-20. 15, Aiden Mead, 10. He's tripped up at around the 9-yard line. It'll be a first and goal, and Manchester, again, in the RG Drag red zone, learn, earn, and succeed. There is a penalty flag down, however, and it's around the line of scrimmage. This could come back for the Panthers. Officials are still discussing the call. This could be a hold. Oh, it's going to be a chop block on the Panthers. So with 10:52 left to go in the fourth, that'll back Manchester up. And so much so to the point where they're on their own side of the field. It is
Oh, well, that really backed them up.
Oh, yeah. Actually, they're going to mark him down at the 50. Official initially went to the 49-yard line of the Panthers, but now they're going to – nope, they're going to chop him down at the 49.
One hair short.
Yeah. So, off a technicality, Manchester still on their own side of the field. They clap out of their huddle. Pappas in shotgun. Aiden Mead's the back. 2 receivers to the left. Here's the snap. Pappas to throw on a play action. Too low, incomplete. Wanted to get it to number 15, Noah Lance, but that'll bring up a second down and 23 for Manchester. For the Panthers, we mentioned earlier that they'll be heading to Triway next week. Week 9, still on the road at Orville before their Week 10 regular season finale showdown with the Northwest Indians. Tyler Pappas, a Northwest transfer this season. So could be a revenge game on some scores. Mead without a helmet goes 45-40, and he gets tripped up inside the 40. Holy cow. At the line of scrimmage, Aiden Mead got his helmet taken off, and he started darting towards the right side.
The ref was kicking
He
his
got
flag
tripped off
there like
at
a
the
soccer
40.
ball.
Yeah. So Aiden Mead will have to sit this one out due to player safety. If you lose your helmet here in Ohio high school football, you got to sit out the next play. It looks as though we have offsetting penalties. So it'll be a 2nd and 23. Still discussing the call here just about where it would be placed in terms of yardage. I initially thought it was offsetting, but Kevin Stacy's out there talking with the referee and one of the judges. On the clock, there's 10:31 left to go in the ball game. 35-7. Manchester lead over Fairless.
I think a lot of the refs are trying to catch up because a few of them weren't there at the moment.
Yeah.
That's why the one threw the flag and then he started kicking it like a soccer ball.
This has been going on for a few minutes now.
Yeah,
I was almost thinking that I shouldn't have said anything about how it was a fast third quarter. I thought I was going to jinx the fact that it would be a slower second half of the third, but
they're trying to get on the
slower
same
half
page.
of the fourth. Now they're going back. As for whatever reason, they bring the ball back to the 35-yard line of Manchester. So how about this now for Fairless? You got yourself a couple flags going your way. It is now a 3rd and 38 here for the Panthers. 1 receiver left, 1 right. Pappas in shotgun. The back is Phil Parton. They'll give it to him on the right side with room. Parton 45, 50. Parton still on his feet. Oh my goodness, Phil Parton. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Manchester. Wow.
I hope Phil Parton's back is healed tonight because he carried the team. Or I believe, what was his injury again?
That was a knee injury.
Knee injury. I hope his knee and all over his body is healed.
Wow.
From
4
head to toe.
touchdowns. That one from 63 yards on a 3rd and 38. Just outstanding. There's no other way to describe it. And that can go for both sides. Just outstanding. Higgins' extra point is good. 42-7. Manchester in front. We'll keep things right here for you on the Q92 Sports Network. We will have a running clock. As this, Robert, has really been an impressive showing from the Panthers, and especially, like you mentioned, Phil Parton, 4 touchdowns on the night. And it's just been an all-around team effort in terms of themselves setting up for success.
Yeah, definitely here. wherever he's going to pretty much carry the team, honestly, in his future. And I'm glad, too, he recovered from that injury because he came back even stronger.
Yeah, he absolutely did. He had a game where last week, 19 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown in his season debut. Well, it didn't really take him long to get into midseason form, huh?
Yeah, what's that rap song? Go to bed, something, wake up superhuman, something like that.
Oh, man.
I hear
we're
that
getting, we're getting into hip-hop.
Yeah, word.
Here on the network. I don't know who that is. This might bug me, but we'll see. I felt like I heard that before.
Yeah, I've heard it during the games.
Oh, Hayden Higgins now want to put the ball in the tee for Manchester. Back deep for Fairless is Cam Carl and Bronson Brown. Here's a squib kick taken in by Brown at the 13-yard line. Brown 20. Bronson Brown will be roped down at the 26-yard line. Number 19 and 23 for Manchester, Conan Stiles and Tanner Smith, both in on the stop. So Fairless, again, not impossible, but it has to be quick. Ball spotted on the 26-yard line. 9:37 left to go here in quarter number 4. Two receivers left and right. Ritterbeck in the shotgun. The running back, number 28, to his left hip, takes a snack. Give to 28. On the left side, 25. Tripped up at the 27. On the tackle was Aiden Mead. It'll be a gain of 2. Actually, they're going to give him the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 1. And that'll bring up a second down and 9. Glider with us here on the Q92 Sports Network. Or Manchester and Fairless. Fun Pack 7 game. Manchester up big here, 42-7. Trips left, 2 right. Empty backfield for Mikey Ritterbeck. Takes the snap. Looking left. He'll take off with himself. Ritterbeck is taken down for a yard, or not even. Brought down to the line of scrimmage, and that will bring up a 3rd down and 8. Definitely don't want to go, for obvious reasons, 3 and out here. So what do you do on this situation if you're AJ Sarba? Because it might be, would you even punt at that point, down by this much?
Yeah, I mean, it's not looking too good for them. I mean, as I was saying this before, and they could, as long as the defense is there, they could try for something long here.
It's a 3rd down and 8. One receiver left and right. Ritterbeck in the pistol. Running back is number 28. Here comes the Panthers. Now they back off. Ritterbeck fakes the run, launches it deep left side. It is incomplete, and there's the pass interference flag. Wanted to get it out to Cam Carl. They're going to get number 0 for the Panthers, Cam Hostler, on the pass interference, and that was pretty clear as day.
Definitely.
So
You can
now
definitely see it.
Fairless will get a little bit of momentum going. So the ball was spotted now at the Fairless 43. Falcons clap out of the huddle. 2 receivers now to the left, 2 to the right. Ritterbeck in the shotgun. Running back number 28 at his right hip takes the snap. We have whistles and a flag.
That may have, yep, Fairless.
It's going to be a false start. That's exactly what the referee signaled. And as the clock rolls with 7:19 and counting left to go here in the ballgame, fans, as a reminder, make sure to stay tuned for the postgame show as we will wrap it up here in Fairless. Week 7 of the high school football season will be in the books. Give our analysis of this one and say goodnight with a look at the Stark County High School football scoreboard. Ritterbeck in the pistol. 1 receiver left and right. Takes the snap. Looking right. Pumps. Ritterbeck nowhere to go now. On the run, throw to the right. Just towards the sideline. Incomplete. So now that'll bring up a 2nd down. 2nd and 15 to be exact. As these Falcons look towards head coach A.J. Sarbaugh. trying to muster anything in terms of confidence going into next year, because that's important. It really is. We've had a couple of games where we've seen that teams are going to blow up, put together a touchdown drive, give you something to smile about, something positive to watch on film next week.
Get players in their reps, much needed.
Absolutely. Here's Ritterbeck to throw. Left side, got a man, number 28, making the catch, lowering this helmet. Ooh, a physical run there. And you got to make sure that everyone's all right on that one, because the initial hit that was laid on number 24, Jason Carmichael, was helmet to helmet. Doesn't really get more helmet to helmet than that. But both seem to be all right. Oof. Very physical run. So that'll go for 5. It'll be a 3rd down and 10. Ball spotted on the 43-yard line of Fairless. One receiver out wide right, and Zach Gilkerson trips left. Ritterbeck in the shotgun, sending a man in motion, Cam Carl left to right. 4-man rush. Make it 3 as Ritterbeck on the run. Launching it right side. He throws it downfield. Oh, it's caught at the 15 with one hand. Cam Carl came up with it, and Ritterbeck a little slow to get up as he was drilled as he threw that away. A flag is down.
Despite the flag, that definitely shows the football IQ of Fairless's quarterback.
Absolutely. A smart play from Ritterbeck. And could this be a flag against Fairless? The Falcons are talking, and the flag was thrown right as where Ritterbeck was hit. But Fairless is saying that the way these fans are reacting below us, they're saying it might be against them. The clock is still, or no, the clock is now stopped. 4:26 left. The clock was rolling, however. AJ Sarbo went to one of the judges. They're going to call that intentional grounding?
Huh.
I have never seen that before. An intentional grounding call where it was caught. Also, he was out of the pocket. Well, regardless, it looks as though that they picked it up because the Falcons are going down the field where Cam Carl caught it at the 10-yard line. So, all that for what? Ball was spotted at the 5, so the big play helps them out. And they could get out of the running clock. The only problem is, though, that there's 4:20 left to go. So Fairless needs to score fairly quick. Pun intended, by the way. Robert shot me looking. Good one. Ritterbeck in the shotgun. One receiver left, one right. Running back in the backfield is number 28. They're in the RG drag red zone. Learn, earn, and succeed. Ritterbeck fires end zone to the left. It's caught. It's a Fairless touchdown. Colin Shackle, the tight end. Hauls it in. 42-13 Manchester. With 3:56 left to go in the ballgame. On to kick it away for the Falcons is Jameis Robinson. To hold is Mikey Ritterbeck. As Ritterbeck is ready for the snap, and here it is. Good one. Hold down. Kick up. Kick blocked. They blow it dead. One of the Panthers got their hands in there. And with that, we will step aside. It's Manchester 42, Fairless 13. You're listening to High School Football here on the Q92 Sports Network, presented by the Sargent Auto Group, with 3:56 left to go in this one.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion, Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sargent Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
42-13, all thanks to a big pass from Mikey Ritterbeck to Cam Carl that went for 57 yards.
I have the textbook definition of intentional grounding.
Okay.
A penalty called when a quarterback throws a pass to an area where no eligible receiver or into the ground to avoid a sack or conversion yards on the clock.
Yeah, so that was just ridiculous because they picked it up. And I think they threw it just because assuming that no one was there. But they picked up the flag on an intentional grounding because Cam Carl caught the ball. So Robinson will take a couple of bounces, and on the return for Manchester is number 14, Trent Vargo, as he is out of the 17-yard line. Could very well see some backups here for the Panthers. Well, it looks as though that actually that we will see some first-year players.
Give them their
Or I
reps.
shouldn't even say that, just younger classmen, lower classmen on the depth chart. Manchester going in their huddle. Up 42-13 here. They're well on their way to 6-1, 350 left to go here in quarter number 4. There's a new quarterback in the game. It is Trent Hodgkinson. As here's a run with Hodgkinson on a read option to the 20-yard line. It'll be or should I say the 19. It'll be a run of 4, second down and 6. A couple of first downs here, even though Fairless has a couple timeouts, and with the score being what it is, they can realistically run this thing out with the play clock starting at 40. And that could put an end to this one here in Navarre. 3:12 left to go and counting here in the 4th. It's a second down and 6. Hodgkinson in the shotgun. He'll give it on a delay to number 32 in Vincent Sanzone. Going towards the right. No, this is Hodgkinson towards the 30 on the right side. It was a read option the whole time, and it's a first down for Manchester. Tackled in bounds along the Manchester side. Clock continues to roll, 2:45 and counting. As another reminder, fans, make sure to keep it here after the game for the post-game show with me, Matt Corrali, as we will take a look at the high school football scoreboard in and around Stark County, and we will give our analysis of this one and put a bow on week number 7 of the high school football season. 3 receivers go out wide left, 1 to the right. Hodgkinson is in shotgun. The back looks to be Vincent Sanzone. To his left hip, play clock is down to 7. As Hodgkinson will take the snap. It's a high one, but he hauls it down. Here's the give to Sanzone as Sanzone goes in between the hash marks, taking the defenders with him for a run of 10 to the 40. It's a first down for the Panthers.
We got a score update. We got Jackson 33, Lake 29 with 7:28 left in the 4th quarter.
Oh, that's a great game. You can head over to that one here on the YouTube channel or on 92.5 FM WDJQ if you'd like. Minute 44 and counting left to go here in the ball game.
Also, we got Green 51, Glen Oak 14.
You know, it was just a matter of time for that Bulldog offense and that Bulldog team to break through. All their losses coming just off by 1 score. It could be a total different season if things were to change, but good for Green. Glen Oak will surely be back somehow. That's just, it's the Federal League is just so tough this year, man. So tough. On 1st and 10, here's a run with Sanzone, and he got swallowed up in the backfield. Nice tackle made there by a couple of Falcons. Number 52, Aiden Lancer, along with number 65, Grady Vaughn. It'll be a loss of 2 and bring it up a second down and 12.
Really, for Glen Oak, it's always up and down for whether they're having a good year or whether they're having a bad year.
54 seconds and counting are all that's left here in Fairless between the Falcons and the Panthers. As also with postgame, make sure to head to our social media pages at Q92 Sports, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, for post-game interviews with Kevin Stacy, hopefully some Manchester players, and all of our games that are on the network. Here's a run with Sanzone that is going to go for naught when all said and done. For Fairless, that was Ethan Miller on the stop. And with 15 seconds and counting left to go, both teams will line up in midfield, and this one is over. Ball game. You can put a tally in the win column for the Manchester Panthers. A dominant second half where they put up 28 points in the final two quarters, take it 42-13 over Fairless. When we come back, it's the post-game show. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
Welcome in, everybody, to the High School Football Postgame Show on the Q92 Sports Network, where Manchester's a winner, and they do it big, 42-13 here over Fairless. Let's go into some score updates one more time for you around the area. Starting off with the games that you can hear, or that were on, I should say, the Q92 Sports Network. It's a final in green. The Bulldogs win it 51-20. Head coach Scott Garcia, the Golden Eagles, called a timeout with 2 seconds left, and McClendon ran one in from 62 yards away. In the fourth quarter, 6:32 left in the ballgame. You can head over to our FM station or here on the network because Jackson's on top 40-29, and they are very close to handing Lake their first loss in 2025. They came into the contest at 6-0. Corey Jacobs ran one in from him at 58 yards out. Northwest on top of Orville 28-14 through 3. Fitch on top of Perry 14-7 on the road. 9:54 left in that game. McKinley on top of Hoover 21-14. That one's just going to be the end of the third. Alliance on top of Carrollton 28-21. Massillon on top by 2 touchdowns to Cardinal Ritter of Missouri out in Paul Brown Tiger Stadium 28-14. Beaver Local in a shootout with the East Golden Bears on top 21-20 in the fourth. It's getting tight in Canfield. Cardinals taking on the Louisville Leopards. Cardinals just on top by 2, 23-21. Hoover just scored, however, so it is 21-20. I also have an update for the Alliance Carrollton game. The Aviators on top of the Warriors 41-28. Edison on top of Central Catholic 35-3. That game is in quarter number 3. Troway on top of Canton South 27-14. Salem on top of Minerva still 27-3. We do have some final scores in also. East Canton takes care of Strasburg in a defensive battle 14-3. Tuslaw takes down Toronto on the road 33-12. That's another Pac-7 squad. West Branch shuts out, Marlington at home in Beloit by the final of 62-0. And Ridgewood takes care of Sandy Valley 48-7. We'll come back. We'll give our final thoughts, and we will say goodnight from Navarre. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
Welcome back into the high school football postgame show, everybody. Before we say goodnight, let's take a look at this game one more time where Manchester takes care of Fairless on the road by the final score of 42-13. The Panthers improve to 6-1 on the season, 3-0 in Pac-7 play. It was a 14-7 game at the break, but the Panthers put up 28 points to take this one here on the road. Next week, they will be at Triway, who is now a 6-1 football team. So that'll be a can't-miss game in the Pac-7. And if you're a fan of that conference, you'll definitely want to keep your eye out on that one. Go to it. It's going to be a big-time matchup. And for Fairless, they dropped to 3-4 on the season, as it was a great effort. 14-7 again was the halftime score, but just couldn't execute towards the end. And it was a great effort by them here in front of their home fans for the first time since week 1. And for next week, they will head on the road to Canton South to take on the Wildcats. Falcons dropped to 3-4. They have dropped their last 3 and are hoping to steal one on the road next Friday night. Before we say goodnight, we want to give a couple thanks to some folks, to our audio engineers who make us sound great each and every Friday night: Jake Matronia, Ryan Rainsberg, and Katie Doerman. To our sponsors for tonight and for this 2025 football season, Regional EMS, our opening kickoff sponsor, Friends and Family Credit Union sponsoring the timeouts, RG Drag sponsoring the Red Zone, and of course our title sponsor, Sarshone Auto Group. And most importantly, to you, the listener, for joining us again on another edition of High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network. So for my partner Robert Coleman and I, we say so long, as we will have a great slate in Week 8. Rhyming accidentally. I mean, that's just, sometimes it's just the way it goes. As next week here on the Q92 Sports Network, again, we'll bring 7 great matchups for you, as we will have the Louisville Leopards taking on the Green Bulldogs. Bulldogs just trying to capitalize off a win for the first time in a couple of weeks. Jackson will be heading to Glen Oak to take on the Golden Eagles. Robert and I will be at North Canton to watch Hoover take on Perry, as Panthers dropped this game with Fitch. That final just became 14-7. The Falcons coming up with an interception on the Panthers' final drive. Minerva will be taking on Marlington as well. We'll have that game for you on the network. Tuslaw taking on Northweston, Canal Fulton. Our 13:10 a.m. WDPN game will be Alliance taking on West Branch, a huge big-time matchup for first place in the EBC. And then our Q92 game of the week from Canton, it's McKinley welcoming in Lake. That game will be for the top of the Federal League if McKinley holds on, and if Lake loses, that game will be for outright first in the Fed. So once again, for Robert Coleman and our entire Q92 hardworking crew, my name is Matt Corrali. We're once again your final: Manchester 42, Fairless 13. So long, everybody.